You don't really want to play. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you've been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you've always been talking about. And I don't want to be the one who always really talk about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. Money, make you shut him out. We'll never ever talk about it if you never had the clout. You don't know what to say, stay up out of my way. Money, make you shut him out. You playing with this goodies, boy, I have to make the call. Stay in bounds on your penny, boy, if you gon' fall. It's a lot of niggas be fake, you really can't play. Cause we done got it out the mud, nigga, what you talking about? Screaming, oh my God, money got me pride. They living a lie, look into my eyes, they may seem surprised. This is homicide. We just multiply, we been on the rise. If we got some wings, fuck it, we gon' have to fly. Money, what we talking about. Day in my life, take me a different route. Use on my case, niggas on my face. You can get it erased, what you talking about? Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't want to be the one who always really talk about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. You never cross these borders. I'm whipping it up, Gordon Ramsay. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. You talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm balling, I'm winning, I'm feeling like Robert's orbit. Nigga, I'm scoring. I count in the morning. They talk about me, then I gotta ignore it. My bitches be foreign, so independent, my money be corporate. These rappers is boring. You hate me, and I'm always gonna adore it. I'm smoking that soaring. She always go ahead and let me explore it. I call her my Dora. You can go talk about me, I ain't flawless. I go put my all in. If a nigga talk about me, then I'm gone in. You know that I'm gone in. Jumping, take trips, compact, all day, always keep 3 stacks like Andre. I get it, man. And you can never ever get rid of that. So watch what you say, watch what you do. If you play the game, play by the rules. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't know what to play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't want to be the one who always really talk about. You don't really want to play. You don't know
What the hell?
it's money.
I lost my video feed. What the hell is going on? I lost my video feed all of a sudden. What the fuck? No.
Yo. Is money what we talking about?
Indeed.
It's money. I got Lady Internet back in the building. What's going on, Lady Internet?
Hey.
You got CP3 over here coughing from a COVID blunt or something.
You know.
Say that.
Hey man, you see all these varieties of alcohols and such we have up
You
here.
know, you
So
don't stop blaming the show for every
I'm just saying.
The alcohol
I
is
started
I
a little early. You know, I'm not blaming alcohol. I'm just saying.
The alcohol did nothing to you.
Lady Internet, is it me or does it seem every single day? Damn, I'm about to give you my inhaler, nigga. You sound like you need it.
It's been a long week, baby. It's been a
If you go
long
in the
week.
restroom, look up in the closet.
Together.
Hey, the show starting out. I'm having technical difficulties. My camera shut off. Yeah, I had to, choke
What
on my
that
drink a
got to
little.
do- that-
I choked on my drink because I saw my
That
feed
what
wasn't
you was
up.
choking on.
I plead the fifth.
Uh-huh.
So we got we got CP3 in the building. What's going on, sir?
Hey, brother, it feels good to be back, man. 2-week hiatus. I had some things going on.
So CP3, we want to congratulate you. You already started the month off strong.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Two
sir.
car sales.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we trying to do some big things down at Waldorf Honda. Make sure you come holler at me. Come and ask for Carol. We gonna get the deal done. Got new, used, pre-owned certified, 2450 Crane Highway, Waldorf. Come holler at me. We got Accords, we got CRVs, we got pilots, we got used. I got access to any type of vehicle, so if you need it, come holler at your boy. If you're looking at my feed, you see the flyer up there. You know what to do. Inbox me, email me. Let's get that deal done, baby.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very interesting week. So interesting 2 weeks since we've been gone. So I guess y'all want to talk about grumpy old men in the ring real quick?
Why not? Let's go ahead and start off.
Is that really what we're going to talk about, or we going to talk about the show studies?
Oh, we're gonna talk about that too.
Oh, we got a lot to talk about.
So, I'm gonna tell you like this. Roy did the smartest thing that he could do, and that's not get hit. Let me tell you something. If Mike Tyson is 60 years old, I still don't want a punch from him.
No, never.
And I think Roy did the smartest decision. Did it make for great boxing? No.
Good for survival, though.
Very good for survival.
But, yeah, it was interesting. I thought Mike was going to, punish him. We saw what Mike was doing in his Instagram videos, and he was training, still looking like he was in his 20s with the power, the speed.
But Mike smoked weed right before the fight, though.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. My good buddy sent me a video because he has a podcast also, and he brings all different types of folks on. And he had Joe Budden and a couple of other dudes on there. And Mike could be smoking weed, and he'll be having a straight up podcast, and all of a sudden he'll just go off on a rant like he's about to.
Well, Mike podcast is called Hot Boxing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a play on hot boxing the car.
Well, I'm going to send you the clip. I meant to send it to you earlier. My boy sent me, and he had them dudes basically scared for that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah, what you going to say to Mike Tyson, bro? That's what I say. If I ever do an interview with Mike, we doing it by Zoom, bro. I'm not going to be in the same room.
I mean, he punk Bootsy too.
No. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
He's like, it's
About D-Wade's.
He's like,
show.
wait, talking about
Yeah, I heard
these
about
kids.
that. I never saw it, but I heard about that.
I saw it. That's what vicious.
For real. Like,
I've
yeah,
seen
my man was like, if we in the same room doing the interview, I'm going to have my gun under the table. Once he make a move, I'm going to just shoot him, say
I mean,
self-defense.
But I mean, I feel like on a boxing aspect, I think that was real stupid to smoke right before the fight. And I feel like that's also the reason why, like you said, a lot of people expected Mike to punish Roy. Who's to say he wouldn't have had he not smoked before? He was high.
Yeah.
That's
like,
why he lost the
I
best
think
other
The
fight.
way you box, you
But
not
I
supposed to
think
do
that's one thing that saved Roy. I ain't gonna lie. That saved Roy.
And that may be the reason why Roy decided to go ahead, because remember he was having reservations at
Yeah.
one point.
Oh, yeah.
That may be the reason why he decided to go ahead and go through with it, because he knew that Mike was probably going to be high. Which, I mean, real talk, if you got to fight Mike Tyson, yeah, you might want him to smoke something beforehand.
Shit, I want him to smoke crack. I want him to be out of it. I ain't trying to get hit.
But that's what I'm saying, so in a sense, it was stupid on Mike's end, and Mike has made so many stupid decisions in his life. We know this. He's admitted to it. That was stupid. And honestly, if Roy had that information beforehand and Mike was probably going to smoke before the fight, that makes sense why Roy went through with it.
Yeah. I can feel that.
I mean, it was I mean, we all know what the most entertaining fight of the night was.
Yeah, we go. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Because-
let's talk about
because-
the Disney Channel star who
Because
beat
he-
up somebody.
The Disney Channel boy knocked the hell out of Nate Robinson,
Yeah.
and it made great for memes and stuff.
Oh my God.
But here's the problem. So, you know, if those that don't know, I'm a wrestling fan. We should do a show that had the belts and stuff. They did this thing several 800 years ago called the Brawl for All, and a dude named Bart Gunn.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to win it, won it, and Bart Gunn. His reward was came WrestleMania season. He got in the ring with Butterbean. It was like watching a train wreck. It was like watching a pit bull devour a kitten. He got when I say he got knocked. I ain't never seen nobody get hit that damn hard that you could literally see their soul leave their body.
The Gervonta Davis fight a couple of weeks ago.
So-
I was like that.
But this is what happened. But like, so now the little Disney dude, his chest, he done challenged Conor McGregor to a
Yes,
fight.
he has. Now he
He
hyped.
did. Oh, he got real hype. He did the video of him challenging Floyd to a
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Talking about if you can't spell, don't get fucked up.
He will. He will.
Like, ride your fame, but ride your fame the right way.
Yeah, he got real cocky.
Yeah, he's called out a couple of
And I'm
folks.
like,
Nate did make the city look bad though. You right.
And the fact that he trolled him the next day by wearing his jersey and taking a picture on Instagram, I was like, damn.
Well, here's the thing though. Fighting Nate Robinson ain't the same as fighting Conor
Oh,
McGregor.
definitely
no,
not.
it's
Fighting
not.
Nate Robinson ain't the same
And
as
Nate
fighting.
is not a
a
professional
boxer.
boxer.
But this dude boxes.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he does now, but on an amateur level. Here's the thing.
here's the thing. If you want to call out a superstar before you get to Conor McGregor, before you get to Floyd, if you really want to test your knuckle game, call out 50 Cent. He's a Golden Glove nigga. Fat Joe was like, yeah, 50 Golden Gloves. Like Fat Joe, like 50 nigga, he really beat up. He really beat up Ja Rule in real life.
Yeah.
Like, they had to stab 50 Cent because he was beating up the whole Murder Inc.
Yeah.
Like, when you 3 deep and he beats y'all up, and y'all and one nigga's like, I ain't taking these hits no more.
Right.
And Black Child got the knife and poked him. Like, he's nice with his hands.
Yeah.
So your next level, if you really about that, would a challenge 50. That's like you in one battle. You in one battle rap, and the next person you want to battle either Mook or Loaded Lux. Like you ain't even in their conversation.
But see, that's the thing. When you look at who Jake Paul is, or his brother, they were on Vine. That's how they got
Yeah.
discovered by Disney. Was on a Disney Channel show. Then they decided to rap, and I will admit the rap was terrible.
They look like terrible rappers.
It was garbage. I mean, awful. My son was a fan of them on Disney. So when they started to rap, he was playing, and I was like,
What
what
the
is
hell is this?
Right, it was horrible.
Well, why is it when folks get a little bit of fame, they want to all of a sudden be a rapper?
But these are who
'Cause
they
niggas think-
are.
'cause-
These
because people
dudes are
think-
lame, like for real. They are extra.
Because
lame.
people think if you can say cat and hat, that makes you an artist.
But
Nigga,
I'm trying
that
to
just
tell
makes
you-
you. That just means you read Dr. Seuss.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't
It's
understand that.
horrible. Like, and so I say all of that to say that he has been lame for quite some time. So all of this talk that he got going on, I mean, real talk. The only thing that has changed is his platform. He has more people watching him, more people listening, and that's it.
Well, here's the thing. So when you got people watching you, it's your chance to run with the ball. But if you're running in the wrong direction, like running it, like you really want to see Conor McGregor, like he didn't get knocked out by Floyd. He lasted,
Right,
and part of his training is boxing.
right.
I'm pretty sure in the UFC he's knocked a couple of people out.
He did.
So that That shouldn't be your second fight, bro. To go from Nate Robinson to Conor McGregor.
To go from Nate Robinson to anybody is a problem.
You know what I mean, he gotta learn. I mean, these folks nowadays, they get 10 minutes of fame or whatever, and they start spouting that stuff and start calling people out, and he's going to have to pay the price.
But CP3, I feel you, but here's the thing: you take your 10 minutes of fame, and you could be the next meme.
True.
He's immortalized. That might be what he's looking for. Who knows? He wants fame.
Don't nobody want that Nate Robinson fame.
Nate, I mean,
you know what I mean? First of all, I seen 20 memes before I seen him get knocked out.
Bruh, I was sharing
and
about
the memes
20.
made me watch him get knocked out several times.
Yeah,
they had the regular knockout, they had the slow motion knockout. They had the knockout with like songs behind it. So
I shared a few of those.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah,
I mean, it was unfortunate for Nate. Real talk. I don't know who told you. Said that why do people get fame and they decide to be rappers, but people get fame and decide to do quite a few things. Nate should have been good with just his basketball. He wanted to be a boxer.
But here's the thing. So back in the days, I don't know if you remember this. Back in the days, MTV did celebrity boxing.
Yes, I do remember that.
And Sticky Fingers got knocked the fuck out.
And
by
everybody was shocked. Everybody was shocked because it's his Sticky Fingers. He got an image.
Just imagine if we would have had the internet and memes like we have now.
Oh, he'd have been done.
They would have destroyed.
They would have destroyed that man's career.
He would never leave the house.
Leave the house? He would never leave the country.
Like, real talk.
No, he wouldn't be able to leave the house. He's supposed to just be clown.
Like, real talk. Because Onyx had a real hard image. Yep. Like, real talk. I remember when Onyx came out and they caught a bootlegger. Because they had a song on their first CD, Back the Fuck Up. And it's like, if we catch a bootlegger, you going to get your leg broke. They caught a bootlegger on Jamaica Avenue that summer, and they whooped his ass.
Yeah, the both of them.
Yeah, all three.
Well, I thought it was just him and Fredro.
It was Sonny C's, the dark skinned dude,
right.
and they also had the DJ too.
Okay.
Like four of them, but they caught it, because real talk, Jamaica Ave back in the early '90s, late '80s, well early '90s, we was known. You get the bootleg. Get $10, you get like 16 million CDs or tapes back then. It was tapes.
Yeah.
So when you hear these people talk this gangster shit and they live a gangster life, you expect them to do gangster things. Now, real talk, Fredro got beat up by 50 Cent. 50 Cent's got a lot of hit on rappers. Almost as much as Busta Rhymes, but not quite. Because Busta Rhymes has whooped a lot of niggas' ass. If you really want to see somebody in a boxing ring.
For decades.
Yeah, Busta got he got hits on the charts and he got hits on rappers.
Man.
For like Mace, P.D. Pablo.
People hands on P.D. Pablo.
Yeah, I mean, real talk, if you take a step back and think about it, P.D. Pablo, though, yeah, I can see that.
North Carolina.
Yeah, that's all he do.
He got beat
ain't
up.
hard. P.D. ain't hard.
Beat up, who else? Mace, P.D. Pablo. Somebody else he beat up. He beat somebody else up too. I can't remember for the group, but it was a popular rapper. He beat them up too.
That's great.
Busta got a lot of hits on people in charts.
Busta's known to be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brooklyn. He Jamaican and from Brooklyn.
That's what I'm like. Imagine.
The minute you say where you from, and he says Brooklyn, and then when you say, nigga, you Jamaican, and he says yes, walk away.
But see, my thing is with Busta, when he opens his mouth and says one sentence, he sound like he about that. Like, I don't care what the sentence is about. He can say, "How are you doing this morning?"
Shout out to my man, Cruel Intention. The other person he beat up was Mystical.
Oh yeah.
Mystical got beat up too.
Yeah.
That
was right before Mystical dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. And I think it's one more that man got beat up, but Mystical.
I'm sure there's more than
he done beat a lot of niggas up though. He done beat a lot of rappers up.
That's crazy. All the shit that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was working.
Never mind. No, you weren't.
Oh, and he.
No, you weren't. You weren't working.
And my man, Cruel Intentions, because he's a DJ. That's my dude. Me and him go way back 20 years. Yeah, Busta KO niggas. Not just beat you up.
I mean, but okay. So y'all know how big Mystical is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how big Busta is. Right?
Yeah.
Come on Mystical wasn't getting up.
That's why I was like, why would you even try?
Because Busta, like if you
Niggas should try Busta though.
if you say something to Busta, you could he got a short temper.
So he's Jamaican
The
and he's
way
from
he
Brooklyn.
raps, you can tell he got a short temper.
He's
That-
Jamaican. He's Jamaican and he's from Brooklyn.
See, that's all I imagine
So-
him beating your ass and
so-
rapping at the same time with his
But
voice.
I'm gonna tell you what happens. So people hear stuff like, "Put your hands where my eyes can see." People hear stuff like, "Ooh, we got you all in check," and they think Busta is a party nigga. No, he makes party music.
No, he's saying
He'll
what
do
he
one or
does.
two party tracks to get you to buy the album, and the
Yeah.
album's a lot more deeper
Oh,
than what they give Busta credit
I'm
for.
definitely a Busta
Because
fan.
Busta done make some deep shit that
No
people don't
doubt.
talk about.
Oh, no
you know,
bullshit.
I remember when he did the first Extinction Level event, he was like, "There's only 5 years left," and he was talking that shit, or 4 years left, and he was talking that shit back then.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think
people hear the party stuff and they would try him, and like that nigga gutter.
But whole time this party stuff, he kind of warns you, and people. I don't think people realize it. Busta will say something, and like got you all in chat.
Yeah.
That's not party lingo that he is doing.
But
Like,
people,
he's talking about like he legit got you in chat.
but people get it twisted because he does party shit. That Busta's very lyrical. If you really hear him, like real talk, on his new album, he does a song with Eminem, and here's the difference. Busta does his verse straight through, and Eminem punches.
Yep.
Right? I've been in the game a long time. I'm sorry, all you Eminem Marshall Matter fans. Yeah, he had to punch on Busta's track because Busta can do that fast flow continuously.
Yeah.
There's only about 2 or 3 people better than Busta doing the fast flow. Twister's one of them.
I'm about to say Twister got it on lock.
Cause and by the way, Twister's been in the Guinness Book of World Record. And before Twister, it was a nigga called Daddy Freddy, who was a reggae nigga, and he was in the Guinness Book of World Record. He did it on Arsenio Hall. He had the fastest flow for a very long time until Twister beat him.
Yeah.
And then, if you old school, the Foosh niggas was the shit.
I remember that.
Yo, Chip Fu was my nigga. And then Crazy Bone is vicious.
Crazy, yes.
You know what? I got in the bone after.
My man said he cheated because he was Jamaican.
Yeah, oh, don't give me. They're Jamaicans when they get
Them
together.
niggas talk
Like, that
fast.
shit, yeah, that shit is hilarious because
And you be
at
like,
my,
huh? Say it again?
yeah, because there's 2 Jamaicans at my job, and when they want to talk that language, they blah, 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 I'm just sitting there like,
Like, nigga, let me tell you some real shit.
I'm gonna record that shit and slow it down.
Let me tell you some real shit. I'm from New York. We automatically talk fast regardless.
Nah, the Jamaicans are
Talking to a Jamaican, the Jamaican chick I used to talk to,
slow down.
sometimes I be like, say that shit again?
Yeah,
Like, I gotta ask you like 3 times. Like, nigga, I grew up on DOS Effects, Bone Thugs, and Harmony, and Busta Rhymes, and I still gotta ask you to repeat your shit? Something wrong.
Let me tell y'all something.
That shit is hilarious.
I went to Jamaica, and the stereotype about how they love
Excuse me.
thick, light-skinned women is really true.
Uh-oh.
Come
You
on.
barely made it out there with your life.
They used to
He's
be
out
like,
there with
hey,
Dexter
Rasta
St.
guys.
He's out there with
I had
Dexter
my
St.
hair-
Jacques.
I had the little faux locks when they were new, when they first came out. So they Rasta guy, okay, and then they were talking.
You almost got kidnapped.
You almost not been
I
on the
was like, all right, I'm
show.
going over here now, giving me
We
tree
the best.
branches of stuff I didn't even
Tree
participate in.
branches.
I'm serious. I'm not
They
lying.
gave us tree branches.
A tree branch. I was like, what is it? Oh.
Come smoke with me.
I was like, oh, nope.
I changed your life.
You wake up a week later,
gave
like,
it
what
away.
happened?
I gave it away. I was like, nope, I don't have no problem with that.
Tree branch.
Shout out to my man Black Scorp. Yes, Busta's new album is nice.
It's really nice.
It's real talk. And for all you young dudes, this is how you make an album.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to
And the
listen
one
to
with
it.
him and Kendricks, and they shout out to Michael Jackson, rest in peace. That one is hot too.
I haven't had a chance to check it out
What?
yet.
You got to
I
get
haven't-
yourself together.
I am.
But,
My
yo,
new
for real,
career.
it is nice.
Well, you listening to it today.
She was like, hey, Busta, hey, light-skinned girl, come here.
Rasta guy.
Busta girl, come here, come here, come here, come here,
The
come here.
whole
You,
tree branch shaking at me.
you
What
might
is
not
that?
make it home. You might not make it home.
Yeah, they was trying to get me. Asking me, do I have WhatsApp? Nope.
No shit.
Oh, damn, they did go hard.
They
Yeah,
was
they go
serious.
hard. You about to become somebody's third wife.
They was trying to get citizenship.
So,
Why you laughing?
real talk, Black Squad. Busta sent a lot of niggas back to the rap. Like,
Yeah.
and I know you to be a hell of a rapper, real talk. On some real shit, he's the first nigga I knew back in the early 90s to say the whole term DMV, how people use it now. I literally had a record where he actually says DMV, and it was at least 6 years before motherfuckers started saying it. No bullshit.
Well, you know, DMV has always been a term, but it was Delmarva most of the time. It was considered Delmarva, so Delaware, Maryland. And
Yeah. So real talk. But this is incredible. Since we're on music, so to CP3,
Yes, sir.
3-6 Mafia. Let's just go into this right now, because I totally disagree with this statement. 3-6 Mafia has stated, saying they are one of the best groups of all time. I guess somebody was talking to them about a verse challenge, and they were saying they are the best group of all time. And from the bottom of my heart, from the deep down crevice of what's left of my soul, I gotta say that's bullshit. And I think 3-6 Mafia is a hell of a group. It's claiming they're the best. Like, real talk, if it wasn't for Hustle or Flow, like, sipping on some syrup put them on the mainstream map. But as far as Hustle and Flow really put them in a because they won a Grammy off of that. Ain't it hard out here for a pimp and stuff. Put them in another,
In a whole different
mind frame.
Yeah.
Tear the Club Up, great underground hit. And if you're not into hip hop, a lot of people don't know about that.
Well, see,
And you right, Black Squad, the Fugees would smoke them. But there's a lot of niggas that would smoke them.
Oh, I mean the
Lauren
list.
alone was
Would smoke them.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
Yeah.
The list is. I mean,
So
They
we're gonna
had-
talk about that because I'm telling you right now, they're not in my top 10 groups.
I can't put them in my top 10 either.
So here's my thing: are we talking groups? Are we talking duos? We talking?
Well,
what are we talking about? Because
If
They
you
said
say-
groups.
They
They
say
said
groups.
look, a duo can be considered a group. Usually they go up against.
I would say a duo is a group though.
Yeah. So with that said, y'all check your phones. I found if you Google greatest hip hop groups, it comes up with greatest hip hop duos.
Okay.
And if you look through, this is just something like on Google that just popped up. The first thing that popped up, they don't mention them.
So, and let's get to that point. First of all, they mentioned Run the Jewels, who just came about maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Who?
Run the
Run the
Jewels, which is
Jewels.
Killer Mike and another dude. They're hot though. No bullshit.
Oh, I fucks with Killer Mike off the break anyway.
Rest in peace, Guru. They ain't fucking with Gangstar.
No, not at all.
Bro, they don't
Just to
even.
get a rap, step into the arena.
Bro, DJ
And then
Premier
when you talk
alone.
about
Now this is unfair. Now I'm gonna tell you that.
go ahead. The next
You know that's
one.
unfair.
Yeah,
You
no,
know that's
it's
unfair.
not. It's not unfair because first of all, whether you put them two together or their group that they belong to,
Let's put the group they belong to. That's,
the group they belong to will destroy.
first of all, niggas used to change their shit. So
Wu Tang.
Let's-
Talk about Wu Tang.
So before
The-
let me tell everybody. So the next person on this list is Red and Meth. I don't even want to put them as a group because them niggas used to go so hard. Niggas used to change their sets. And when I say niggas, I'm talking about Cash Money. I'm talking about Jay-Z. Like they got to the point on the show, they had to put Red and Meth on first because no one wanted to follow them.
You may put them on last. Yeah.
No. They put them on first because the headliners went last because they didn't want to, like, the other niggas was like, "You following that shit? Come on now, how high? Who gonna follow how high?
You can't.
Who gonna follow the Rockwell?"
Anything that they touch.
And then if they start going in they solo shit,
It's over.
come on,
Redman is one of the most. He's one of the most
Red is
underrated.
Red is like my third favorite rapper.
Yeah.
It's like KRS-One, Rakim, Redman.
He's one of the most underrated rappers that folks don't talk about.
So We gonna bypass that one, okay?
You can't because they said.
How about we just say Wu? How about we say Wu?
That's what I'm saying. Wu Tang. They call it Wu Tang. You cannot. They do
so
not.
I think Wu's a better battle for him because Red and Meth.
But they are part of Wu Tang. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So
they're not even on that
so
level.
So you taking Red Meth and the rest of them all? No.
Yeah, you can't.
I feel you.
I mean, in my eyes, there's too many groups that's better than them.
I mean, no shade. I'm gonna say this: no shade to 3 6 Mafia.
No shade. I think
they are a good group. They did wonderful things. However, they are not the best of all.
They made a great movement independently.
Yeah.
And I say that, but we talking about Mobb Deep next.
Come
they
on.
can't. No.
Come on now. Come on.
No. First of all,
just the underground.
First of all, the Shook One beat is in 8 Mile. Think about that. That beat is so iconic. The only other beat, there's like 5 other beats that's more iconic than that. And we're talking about like Marley Marl Symphony. Mm-hmm. We're talking about like Microphone Theme by Eric B. and Rakim.
Mm-hmm. Too much. You go ahead.
Yes. And what else is? Damn. The fucking Shook One beat is like iconic. Like I don't even know if I have even 5, maybe 3 more beats because that shit is like when you hear that doom. Like I remember when the first and they from Queens too, so I'm biased. So,
Mobb Deep had their own movement.
But Mobb Deep has 2. They have Shook Ones.
Yep.
And you can't tell me that Quiet Storm ain't had you.
Come on, that exactly.
You don't even need to be
both
said.
versions.
Yeah. Oh, you got the little Kim in there, don't you? See, now you being petty.
I'm just saying.
Now you being petty. I wasn't even trying to
At that time, Kim did throw a nice verse on there. At that time.
Okay, I'm outvoted.
And we both agree. We're both not Lil Kim fans, but that verse was.
Made that song for me.
I'm outvoted. So
I gotta
give
it
some
credit.
Threw her on that journey. I was like, you know what?
That was just overkill.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do that.
That was like 2 niggas beating you up and then somebody kicking your nuts with Tim.
And then
it was just overkill.
And then they brought their little sister and
just
kick you in the face.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta do that.
Right there. Okay. Then we talking. Okay, this is unfair.
It's not.
This is just as bad as the other one. So
they said they're the best group, right?
So we're gonna throw the Throne in there. For those who don't know who the Throne is, because you're living underneath a rock, that's Kanye West and Jay-Z, 2 of the biggest selling artists of the last decade.
They don't even get to be mentioned in the same sentence.
They shouldn't be.
They don't even get to be mentioned in the same
I went to
sentence.
CTV. They should be disqualified. They make too much money.
They can't.
They do make some
No.
money.
Okay, we gonna disqualify.
Yeah, we can't even put that's not even fair.
That's not even fair.
But when you say you the best of all time,
Lady Antoinette. So we got to either remove Jay-Z. We gotta remove the Throne, or we gotta remove Red and Meth.
Here's the thing: you can remove everybody on this list, and you could probably still find some people.
That's my point.
Okay, so can we just remove the Throne?
Okay,
we got to.
Next, go to the next group.
The Clips.
They're not better than them.
They could be equal though.
That's what I was.
Here's the thing: they can go on the verses and battle, and I'll be okay with that. But you cannot say hands down that they're better.
Pusha T's the monster though. See, this is where they fuck up at. Mm-hmm. Because when they start dropping other shit and Pusha starts going to the solo bag.
He got a nice.
Yo, Pusha's solo bag?
He got a nice solo.
Pusha's nigga.
But
let me tell you like this. I hate the Clips, but I love Pusha T. When I can say I hate the group, because grinding to me, nigga, anybody could have rhymed on that beat and been platinum. I could have been like Bibbidi Boppity Boo, Scooby Doo.
For real, killed that joint.
They did, and it wasn't 3 6 Mafia.
Yes.
So
and here's the thing, but Pusha solo stuff, that shit's just too deep. And it's produced by Kanye and Timbaland and Pharrell.
I was listening. I was banging that joint. I was banging that joint for a minute.
Everybody on this list is crushing, and go to the next one.
They ain't fucking me.
Hold up. We not even gonna bring up the hold up. Time out. Flag on the plate.
I ain't got to the last one yet.
No.
I would not. You go to the last one. I'm gonna let you. I'm going to let you. I'm gonna let you talk on the last one because the last one was for you.
Yes, it is for you.
Because the last one was your boys.
I know.
So
I just
So who better?
you don't want no drama? Space age pimping?
you can't even.
So
you-
Like I said.
wait a minute. We need to mention Outkast.
that was my number one.
And they was out at the same time.
Outkast changed the game for down south rap. 3 6 Mafia changed the game for underground rap.
Yes.
It's a big difference.
So I'm gonna let you speak on the last one, nigga. You already know what the last one is. You grew up on them.
They had the nerve.
Yeah. So these people are, that's a group.
Now you guys know
So they
how
better than them?
you know how I feel about UGK, Pimp C, rest in peace, baby, Bun B. Y'all know how I feel. They don't even deserve to be mentioned in the same. They don't even just be deserving the same day as UGK. When you mention 3 6 Mafia, you got to wait a whole 24 hours before you can be able to talk about UGK because their combination, the grinding that they did to change the whole scene of
UGK is compared to the Run DMC. UGK is the only group I will allow to be compared because they said they were like our Run DMC of the South. Mm-hmm. Run DMC growing up in that particular era was everything, especially being from Queens.
UGK.
That right there, like, real talk. No disrespect to y'all, to the 3 6 fans, but there's only one group you can compare to Run DMC that ever gets that comparison, and I can be like, I'll eat that. It's just gonna be UGK.
But CP3 only liked UGK because he looked like
because he a gangster.
But he looked like he should.
He looked like he was in Space Age Pimp.
They changed.
He looked like he was a.
UGK and 8 Ball MJG changed my life.
But
For sure, I'm very sure.
I didn't know you had a life.
Before I started listening to them, I really didn't until they opened my mind to a whole different world.
And on top of that, let's be real. We also mentioned Bone earlier, so you think
we got Bone
or 3 6 Mafia?
But here's the thing: we didn't even mention Eric B. and Rakim.
NWA.
That's
NWA, the world's most dangerous group.
That's disrespecting them even mention it. That's a disrespect to them. So I'm not even going to validate that with a comment. I'm sorry.
And honestly, here's the thing too. I went to a Bone concert about a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that one. It was a little late.
Yeah, and we was at the Fillmore. You know how they say standing room only?
Yep.
Like, it was COVID room only, nigga. It was so crowded in that joint, I couldn't even get another drink.
Right. And this is how many years after they stopped making new stuff?
And oh, wait a minute. And it wasn't even, Busy wasn't even there.
Right. Imagine if he was there.
Busy wasn't even there. They didn't even have the full Bone. First of all, we got in line thinking, oh yeah, I got in line thinking, oh, this shit ain't gonna be that crowded. Dog. When I said that, wherever you stand when the music starts, nigga, you stand there until the music finish.
Bone has like a cult-like following. Like it's not a game.
Yeah, see, I wasn't a fan of
Oh,
I was a fan of Bone.
My man also said the Hot Boys, but shit, fucking Cypress Hill, dog. Insane in the membrane, dog. I seen Cypress Hill at a smoking group. So first of all, I don't even smoke weed, y'all. Them niggas smoke weed on stage in Virginia at the Nissan Pavilion, and every word became so much clearer to me.
But no, let me tell you. Also, another group that's great to go see, but they're more like a band, but
Roots.
they still the Roots.
Oh my
Come on,
God!
man.
Come on, you don't even
First
gotta
of all-
say that.
First of all,
Yeah, so y'all the best of all time? Are we factoring the Roots?
well then we want to talk about bands. Well, shit, we might as well talk about Special Sonic.
But that's
Shit,
what I'm saying. The Roots is more like a band, but at the same time,
Yeah.
they're considered a hip hop
band, yeah,
group.
yeah.
It's I mean,
So my
So
biggest,
what you gonna do?
and then that's what I'm thinking. Like, real talk. 3 6 Mafia is one of the very few rappers to have an Oscar.
Right.
that's cool.
No, they were the first, weren't they?
No, Eminem was the first.
Yeah.
They were the first group, but Eminem was the first
group.
rapper.
Yeah, we're talking group.
And that's an amazing accomplishment. However, I ain't never met and Black Scorp and Cruel Intention, I ain't never met a nigga that say to me, y'all want to rhyme like 3-6 Mafia.
No.
Like, I met people that wanted to rhyme like Redman. I met people that wanted to rhyme like Jay-Z. I've met people that wanted to rhyme like Eminem. I've met people, like, they've done nothing to change the game, in a sense. Tear the Club Up was a great underground hit. And when Freak Nick and all that other stuff was out, they had a long, steady grind. Like, they was grinding with Trick Daddy. And they was doing it independent. And I respect what they do. So I don't want you to think that I don't respect their hustle, their grind, Lady Antoinette. I just don't think when you make a statement like that, that it's
right.
factual.
Yeah, it's not right. And,
It's laughable.
But it's not even just laughable. I feel
Don't try
like
to kill him.
everybody feels like they the best. But
and you should.
but you gotta
be
respectful.
realistic. You gotta be realistic.
And respectful.
Yes.
Because you trying to tell me
Tribe Called Quest?
I don't even include them in this conversation.
Scenario?
But they a group.
But
Scenario?
it's certain groups that I'm like, it's an insult to them to even try to put them in the same category as themselves.
Okay, but we got all these groups
Like
Digital Underground, Tribe Called. These are people we grew
Like-
up
like-
on.
Real talk.
Really?
When she says that, like when I say I don't know any nigga that ever rhymed like 3-6 that wanted to rhyme like 3-6 Mafia, I know niggas that wanted to rhyme like Nas Effects.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember niggas was coming out, diggity, nigga, you ain't even got dreads. Shut the fuck up. Nigga, you got plaques. You ain't even got the full dreads. You just got the starter plaques.
Smack that nigga, man.
Riggedy round, nigga. You diggity need to get your hair to grow. Like on some real shit.
You can't. I feel like it like you said.
Oh.
I honestly, CP3 said
So-
earlier it was disrespectful.
It was, and I'm gonna tell you like this. And I remember watching this program, and they was naming and it was old, so they were naming the best group in hip hop,
That's hard though.
and it was Ice-T, and Ice-T said, and when he got to the number one, it shocked me, but it's one of my favorite groups. It was Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
And what it was that what made it so amazing to me was what he said about Public Enemy. And I was like, fuck.
What he
They
said?
did some things.
He said, and this is what Ice-T, and I always remember this. Ice-T said, yeah, so-and-so is a good group, but they ain't have people marching.
Yep.
He said, when you see Fight the Power, that's not a video, that's like real motherfuckers marching.
It was. It was.
Like, Public Enemy had people marching in crack areas. He had people marching for in Bensonhurst when murders were committed.
Yep. And
From whether,
Fight the Power was an anthem.
yeah. And it was so powerful. Like, the first time I heard Fight the Power, I was in love with the song.
Yeah.
But when I understood the song, it was something different.
And see, that's the that's the difference.
When Public Enemy did Burn Hollywood Burn, Big Daddy Kane, Ice Cube, I'm sorry, is on the same record. A lot of people don't know that Chuck D's part is actually part of the Bomb Squad, and he actually produced Ice Cube's first album. Let me correct myself. He produced their first album.
Nice.
You know, Public Enemy, one of the first groups to utilize the internet, besides Prince, as dropping albums. And when you thought they was done, what is the name of that song? They got something. Oh, it's from He Got Game. That beat by itself.
Yeah. What's the name of that song?
I can't. That beat by itself
Yeah, I can't remember.
is
Watch that joint
something.
in a
Boom.
minute.
And it made me want to go see He Got Game. Shout out to Denzel Washington and Ray Allen. They didn't make me want to see it. It was Public Enemy. No bullshit. That beat and the rhymes he was spitting on there.
So you don't get me started on Ray Allen, man. That was my man.
But they did the whole album, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a Public Enemy. And they one of the first innovators to go, like, I was watching an interview with Chuck D, and he said, man, when they signed us, the first thing I did was get my passport. He said, because I know I would never have to work again. Even when the label dropped them, even when Def Dan dropped them, they were still doing shows overseas.
Yeah, they can do that. But
Because they knew the business sense. And that's what makes a great group. Like, a great group doesn't just make good music, but impacts, not just hip hop music, but impacts music in a very different way.
With that said,
Yes.
3-6 Mafia or Salt and Pepper.
God damn.
The impact. He said the impact.
Salt and Pepper.
Whether you think they
I was
had
just gonna go-
some bars or not, think about the impact that they made.
Shit.
That's another one. I can't even put them in the same category.
Exactly.
That's another one. Salt and Pepper
Exactly.
changed the
They're
game in so many
a
different
hip-hop
ways.
group as well.
Yeah, but they changed the game, and so like,
I mean, here's another group you may have heard of. One name was Jazzy Jeff, and his partner name was the Fresh Prince.
Summertime. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Well,
Right.
Well,
You
here,
have to
They
act
play
like-
that. They play the
Wait a minute,
verses.
wait a
Is
minute.
over.
wait a minute, not even summertime. 'Cause I go to 99 Elm Street and that's still
Parents
Prince.
just don't understand.
Parents don't understand. Oh my God, with the genie, with the I Dream of Genie sample.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about that. Not even when we talk about impact of the game, we're talking about not just the albums though. We're talking about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, well, then
We're
it's not
talking
even a
about
contest.
Enemy of the State.
It's not even a
We're
contest.
talking about iRobot. We're talking about because Will Smith influence is a hip hop influence.
Yep.
We talk about everything from Wild Wild West to getting jiggy with it because he did hip hop for a long time.
He lost
did
me
hip
after
hop
that.
songs.
He lost me after that. That
But
getting
even
jiggy
still,
with it.
and
He,
what's the
he
other
lost you,
one?
but you know what? Here's the thing. He lost you. Nas wrote that song for him.
But no,
Still
remember,
didn't-
he
I
also
still
did
didn't
that
agree
one
with
song,
it.
Welcome to Miami.
That
Yeah.
that one when I was done
Yeah.
with. How you gonna make a song about Miami? You from Philly?
But
Philly
no,
niggas- watch the video.
because he
Philly
was
niggas was
partying
pissed.
in
I watched the video.
I understand.
But then when he did the song with it, but then
But
he
oh,
did.
so you gonna
but then when he
bash
I didn't agree with it. I didn't.
Dog.
Agree.
bash Tupac?
Dog,
Don't get me
dog.
started on Tupac. Don't get me.
Dog.
We about to get the ratings about to go up, and you get me started talking about Tupac.
Dog, but on the real shit, he did the song about him and his son.
Yeah,
and
just
and,
the two of us, yeah.
and they used it in an Austin Powell parody. When people are using your song as a parody, you on a whole nother level. Like Jay-Z says, nigga, I sleep winners and I wake up for summers to spit Will Smith numbers. Like he became a metaphor for how much money he was making. That's crazy.
I'm not having his business hustle. No sir.
So when we talk this, Black Star, damn,
You
Black
say Black
Star,
Star.
damn Black Star, you had to go with
No, please don't tell me. Where are you going now?
Black Star.
Yeah.
Talib Kweli and Mos Def.
Black Stars right there. I mean, come on now.
Yo, for real. A lot of niggas eat because they don't make albums.
I
One of them
love
alone
Mos Def.
will topple 3-6 miles.
First of all, here's some real shit. I wasn't even fucking with Black Star at first. I saw them on Dave Chappelle. I ain't gonna lie. That Don't Push Me skit. Yo, I was like, okay, Mos Def, you got me a little bit. Nigga, if you ain't never seen Brown Sugar,
Man.
Brown Sugar was how you buy a Mos Def album.
Yep, you ain't never lie.
Then
That's my favorite right there.
Then, when he did Miss Fat Booty and him and Ghostface, and he's hanging on a track lyrically, and he giving Ghostface some bars. A nigga who speaks his own lingo, he giving him some bars on Miss Fat Booty.
I missed that one. I gotta hit it. I gotta check that one out later.
Mm.
I was
Where
on some.
have you been?
I was in a different mode then.
Where?
Man.
Yeah, he was in the streets.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, and
I was in
He
the
was
streets.
he was in the shit. He was in the music that said "Hug Your Gun."
He was in the streets. And the
I was
sheets.
doing other things and venturing into other
That's right. He was
enterprises.
probably fucking your girlfriend's sister or something like that.
But no, like
might
real
have
talk,
dropped.
it's
It
funny
might
you
have
say
happened
Brown
at some
Sugar,
point.
Brown Sugar.
was a dope
Have
movie.
you seen that movie?
Dope hip hop movie.
I watched some of it.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Only reason I haven't watched it because my
They
ex was
literally wrote a love letter to hip
Hip-hop.
hop in the movie.
But I already appreciate his music before.
First of all, you
That it will have you in love with Common and Mos Def. That's the other one.
yeah.
I'm already fans of those.
But
I've been with them from the beginning.
Like this is something
But
completely
I'm
different.
gonna tell you with that movie, like for most people, it's a love story between Sanaa Lathan
And Omar Epps.
and Omar Epps.
No, Tay Diggs.
Is it Tay Diggs?
That's Tay Diggs.
Yeah, Tay Diggs. I'm sorry, Tay Diggs. It's a love story, but to real people who really know, it's a love story between hip hop, between those two characters and hip hop.
And then just the fact that they have a romantic relationship with each other makes it, a little better. But
makes it sellable.
The whole movie is about hip hop.
The whole movie is a love story about hip hop.
Their life
it starts
revolves
off.
around hip hop.
Let me tell you, it starts off with Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, and Dana Dane all together freestyling in the park for the show in Cinderfella.
Yep.
It had me hooked right there.
At the beginning.
I felt like Jerry McGrath. You had me at hello.
That's one of my favorite movies.
For me to watch a movie that ain't got motherfuckers dying in it, right. and to be like, I love that movie.
Yes,
yo, that's just some deep shit.
That is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, for some reason, I never really tuned into movies.
Yeah, you was too busy either shooting people or sleeping with people's sisters.
Honestly, think about
It's a busy life, man. It's a busy life.
Think about Common, I Used to Love Her.
Exactly.
In a movie.
I get it. Like I said, I was a Common. I was one of the first folks, around my hood that was playing Common. They was like, who that dude? I was like, y'all niggas.
Yo, here's the funny thing. I remember Common when I was still in high school.
Yeah,
his name was Common Sense.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I remember Common Sense.
And he rhymed a little bit different.
Yeah, I had his first CD.
Me too.
That joint, I Used to Love Her. That joint changed my whole
outlook. If you
outlook.
are a fan, then you need to watch this movie.
Definitely.
I will find my DVD somewhere in the house
I may got one down there. They got brown shit.
We stream.
Yeah, we stream now.
So I might, if he can't find his DVD, I'm gonna give you mine, and you gonna watch that movie.
Yeah, it's deep. So now we got, since we still on hip hop.
Yeah.
The rapper Trouble. Well, I personally don't know who the fuck he is.
I was about to say, who?
But he made a statement saying that he would allow his wife to sleep with Drake for a feature. And after we talk about this, we're gonna go to a video break. We're gonna play some videos. But we got, first of all, that 3-6 Mafia, we had to get that shit out. So
yeah, and it needs to continue to go because it's not cool.
Yeah, I sent that text out. I got instant replies. The niggas like, yeah, we talking about this.
I did this one.
I gotta refresh my drink off that one.
So,
you gotta refresh your drink.
Gotta refresh my drink.
Cruel Intention, I agree, he is tripping. First of all, if your loved one has to sell her vagina box, like, and we ain't talking girlfriend, he said wife. Mm-hmm. Like, when you take it, girlfriend and wife is a totally different level. Mm-hmm. So, when you take on something totally different and say that's my wife and stuff like that, and you say, you know what, I'm going to allow my wife to sleep with somebody so I can get a feature. First of all, what does she get out of it? Mm-hmm. Second of all, what type of man can honestly say, like, they're a man? Like, if I'm letting you poke my wife just so I can get a feature? A feature? Mm-mm. Like, real talk. You weak.
You know what? I feel like
he's worse than DJ Hustle.
It was something from Pimps Up, Hoes Down or something. Like, what would you really, are you really pimping your wife out?
Yeah.
That's what we do. But I will say this, okay? It kind of sheds light on his mentality of women.
That's true.
Because you really think that it goes back to way back in the day when a man felt that his wife was his property. So that's his payment for a feature.
I'm gonna tell you like this. There's a couple of things that's my property that we can get on. That we can like CP3 is my dog, right? Mm-hmm. He can sleep on my couch. He can't sleep in my bed.
Or with your wife.
Exactly. He can fuck a girl on my couch. He can't fuck a girl in my bed.
We weren't supposed to talk about that on the air, man.
I'm just
that was
saying.
supposed to be between us, man. God damn.
I'm just saying, you can do the couch or the floor. My bedroom is off limits to you.
I swear, man. I swear.
You can even do the kitchen. My bedroom is off limits to you. That's even for family.
I know you locked the door, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, motherfucker.
You gotta be something like.
You should when you got people walking around like that.
So, And here's the funny thing, my man just shot this out. So basically, it reminds me of the movie Indecent Proposal.
Yep.
And
But I feel like it's even worse.
yes.
The man came in that movie came to him. I want to sleep with your wife. I'm gonna pay you. He's saying,
And it was
Drake
all,
didn't say, I want to sleep with your wife.
but here's the thing. And when you watch that movie, it's all good until that mentally eats him up.
Right. But my thing is,
And when you
what
start
I'm saying
fucking with
is-
the man pride,
right. But see, that's
See,
that's the difference.
see.
The man approached him and said, hey, I got a proposition for you. I'll give you this money if you let me sleep with your wife. And so now the decision isn't on you. This rapper, okay, and we use that term loosely, this rapper
Entertainer.
is literally offering his wife up. There's nobody
He
came to him
said-
and said, think about it.
Yeah.
He said, here, take her for a feature.
his mentality was, well, females would do it anyway. Well, if that's the case, then if you feel females would do it, why the fuck would you marry her?
Exactly.
This to me.
Or make her your girl?
And that really lets us know how you feel about her, because what if she really wouldn't?
But
You know what I mean?
the crazy thing is, we live in a day and age now where you could have a chick and be like, yo, we can just be fuck buddies, and she'll say yes.
I've seen it.
I mean, that's what I was about to get into. That you have to.
Go ahead, CP3, preach, because
You
I
know,
see you wanna
you
stand on
know
your
it's coming.
soapbox.
You know it's coming, brother. You know it's coming. This is the so-called search for fame or the quick buck or the so-called, because it is kind of frustrating to see some of these YouTube channels and some of these folks, like we were talking about, the Jake Paul dude, that come up making millions of dollars because of their skin tone or their connections to network executives who might have molested somebody and they might have some secrets on them or whatever. But it's just an indictment to the chase for fame and the quick buck in this country, that you're willing to, as you say, put your wife up to gain fame, to try to get your 10 minutes. And it's just funny because in my younger days, I had a young dude. I'm gonna get into a story right here. This is entertaining. Oh, this body. I told you I'm gonna cut up on the air tonight. It's been 2 weeks I ain't been on the air. I got some stuff to get off of my chest. But yeah, I had this young cat. He had this young lady that, he's like, yeah, I can do this. I can get her to do whatever I want. I told her, okay, for real. Put her up for the night. Send her over to my house and see what happens.
What?
Yeah. So he was a cocky young dude. Yeah, whatever, dog, whatever. Playing, I was older, so I knew it was going to happen. But I wanted to prove a point to this young dude, just to, because he wouldn't listen. So let's just say he gullibly let it happen. She came over. He never saw her again.
Oh my God.
And these young dudes don't understand. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality. And that goes back into, how do you view yourself? Are you worth selling your soul just to get that 10 minutes of fame, to get that quick buck so you don't have to so-called work and grind again? Is it worth selling your soul for that? Because to me, it's not. Because you got to look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day, if you choose to. Most folks can't do that.
Right.
That's why they blame a lot of other people for the issues that's going on in their life, but they don't want to realize the one constant factor is them.
Right.
Everybody can't be against you, or everybody can't be out to plot against you and trying to ruin you. You're ruining yourself. And this mentality, it's sad, it's sickening, but in this American way, that's what happens. You got folks getting, millions of dollars off of doing dumb stuff, sleeping with a rich man, or, getting caught in a compromising position or whatever. And the next they got somebody want to do a book or wanting to write a blog about them or do a web series. So it's a quick buck, a quick way to find a way to get out of so-called work and having a slave for your money.
Do you think that he said it to get that wow factor, to get attention, so that Drake maybe can do a feature, so that, because look at it.
We're talking about him.
Right, that's what I'm saying. In a sense, we're discussing him.
Exactly. I don't know who the hell he is.
Did not know who he was until he said this nonsense.
I have no idea who this nigga was.
I'm still not going to
this
know.
nonsense.
I'm still not going to know who he is. I'm not going to Google him. I don't give a damn who he is. We're
Right,
just talking
right.
about him because he's stupid. So I don't have a problem doing that. It's like some of the haters. I tell them all the time, I'm not going to mention your name on the air because that's what you want. I'm going to talk about you though. I'm going to talk about your mama. We'll talk about your kids. We'll talk about whatever's going to do to irritate you, because that's just what I do. But it's just a sad statement on society today that they're willing to you know, if this marriage, if he really does love her, which I sincerely doubt, because he's offering her up just to get on, as you say, a feature, not even a whole fucking CD. I mean, I at least be like, can I get a CD and a movie deal?
Produce?
Yeah, can you produce my CD for me and you can get the cheeks? He just giving up for a feature.
Obviously, if he sold his soul to the devil, it's cheap.
Yeah, baby.
And
But that's what most of these folks are doing. We talked about it before off the air about, you know, they don't understand the thing, like you broke it down to me about the big advance.
yeah,
That isn't free money.
but once again, it's say he sells for it. Say Drake may say, okay, I slept with your wife, right? So you don't gotta pay me for the feature, but
I get all the
but
royalties.
I still want my money for it.
Yeah, I get all the royalties for it or some shit.
You know,
But my thing is, I wonder how she feels. Because I'm going to be real with you. Let me be married and this fool come out of his mouth and say something like that. Next thing you know, he going to be showing up in court at the divorce hearing with a black eye, broken ribs, and whatever else I done did to him. Like, did you really just do that? And then
I mean,
your future, everybody looking at you sideways, man.
but he said it so proud. He's like, well, females gonna cheat anyway. But what type of female you dealing with? Or what are you dealing to make her cheat? Or what type of females are you dealing with to have that mentality?
I feel like it's not even.
Because-
I can't
because-
even say it's who he dealing with. I feel like it's him and his mentality.
Because that mentality will make a person want to cheat regardless.
That mentality will make, like I said, black eye, broke ribs,
I mean-
a sprained knee.
Lady Antoinette is very violent. So if you
See,
so
and
if you cheat,
see how they be talking about me and
so if you cheat on Lady Antoinette, you can just expect to get fucking
I'm
hurt.
just saying, but I mean, for real, I feel like what he did was worse than cheating. Like, you literally just told the whole world that you about to offer her goodies up for a song.
For a song.
Yikes. That is an ultimate level of disrespect.
But what if the song don't pop?
See, that's a whole nother story in itself right there. I mean,
Exactly.
9 times out of 10, if you're having to sacrifice your wife to get on, that
You
means
not
you're not
good.
exactly. So it's the catch-22. 9 out of 10, she gonna smash Drake. He gonna make a song about it.
If she smashes Drake, she ain't coming back to you.
Exactly.
Why would I? If I smash the nigga that has the money and you trying to get money, why would I go back?
That's the
My
thing
thing
niggas
is,
don't
if
understand.
your music can't speak for itself and you got to do all that, baby, just give it up.
So
Go to college, get a degree, be a teacher, something. Do something productive in your life.
All I got to say is, man.
so we about to after this topic, we just gonna end it here because we're gonna take a couple commercial
Yeah.
break and play some videos.
Yeah, I got to empty a bladder, refill the
Oh
cup.
my God.
I gotta
Thanks for
refill.
sharing
Actually,
with us.
Actually,
I
really
miss
wanna get
being
some
here,
alcohol.
man.
We
being-
know this because you
I
just
miss you guys.
overshared.
Really, I do. They
So-
love when I share.
So I want to salute Renegade.
Hey,
Got to,
Hey.
baby, got to.
So we just got our Spotify wrap up this week. So at the end of the year, Spotify gives you a wrap up.
Nice, nice.
So
I saw those
Renegade
numbers.
had 544.3K streams.
Beautiful.
So if
Over
we
a
were
half
talking
a
back in the
million.
golden age, he would have went gold.
Over half
Or
a
for
million.
Money Combo. The video in which that's just off of streams off of Spotify. But that's the song that which in the video CP3 page Gunman number 2 with a real gun.
And the video is featured at the beginning of the show.
That is correct.
I had to embrace my role as gunman number 2.
Yes, we know. Honey.
Yeah, we know how you embrace
I
your
wanted my
We know,
Oscar, damn it.
darling.
I wanted my Oscar, damn it.
Well, baby, you won't go get it there.
Well, we're gonna have to try again. We got to get the same model though.
and
He is just hopeless.
you are really prepared.
Right.
And then I shout out my other artist, Sergeant Q. He's been on the show before.
Alright.
He had 280 streams from Spotify for a whole year. He released several songs, but yeah, 280.6 streams. I love independent artists on their grind, and but here's the thing: a lot of y'all make music and don't want to put money behind the promotion, and you think just because you put a song on Spotify, Apple, and iTunes.
Yeah, how we gonna know about it?
It's gonna pop, and like you gotta promote that shit every day. You gotta pay. Yo, scared money ain't gonna make no money.
That's marketing 101.
You know, if you're not investing in yourself, you cannot expect other people to invest in you. And so there are marketing tools that you can use, and no man is an island. You gotta build this as a team. And if you think, oh, I'm just doing, nah, son, there's no such thing as a solo artist.
You got a
Like,
team.
this show is built upon team. Like, this show just ain't about me. This show, like, I got two other people here that help me, that make decisions, that bring guests in, that bring liquor in, that talk other stuff, and
Nope,
you know,
he said liquor after guests. I'm surprised about that. I thought liquor would come first.
well, liquor does come
I was
first.
about to say, I knew
It's
something.
a mistake.
I was wondering,
We are at the bar.
Yes.
I was just checking.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was just checking.
So I'm about to play like 3 videos, and then we're gonna come back because you know we do play independent music here. Before I play these videos, let me give the foregoing warning because this is what people do when they see the comments and stuff. They get up in the comments, they see our stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, I want to send you music and this. If you send us music, one, you need to share at least to 10 groups. 2, if you send us music while we're live on air, we're gonna review your music live on air. If you have weak feelings, or if you're a male with a vagina, don't send me your shit.
Or if you're Carl Thomas and emotional.
See, both of y'all terrible.
I'm just saying, if you can't take criticism, first of all,
What
you
did
shouldn't be
Erykah
in the
Badu
game.
say? I'm an artist, and what?
Respect my shit.
That's not. She said she's sensitive about it.
Oh, well, that's one thing that's not. Well, she's established, so she can be a sensitive.
She can be sensitive.
These
I'm
niggas-
not.
But that was early on in her career, and you know.
Erica was on point when she first came.
First of all,
She was,
Erica has a body that
however,
she can be sensitive
You
about.
know what? What does that have to do with the price of milk today? This
Because
is
I
terrible.
saw that video where she was walking around naked in Dallas. And
Window
man, I can
seat.
still see.
yeah,
Hold
so
on.
she can hum. She can hum
I
grits.
just saw it again. in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm about to watch it after this show ends.
I
Both of
remember,
y'all terrible.
I'm just saying, that's something you don't forget, man. That's like something like the, you know. When
I see why all these rappers have babies by her. If I was a rapper, I would too.
yeah, how many?
That's
What
true.
she got? Common.
Yo,
She
when,
ain't had no baby.
Okay, how many? So Andre 3000. Who
when
else?
she would turn your ass out, she would
Who's
have you
our
doing.
the other baby daddy?
Jay Electronica.
Yeah,
That nigga.
Yeah.
he about to be mad. Look at him. You know when people say that.
Hey, I was bummed when Jay-Z got
Yo,
Beyonce. I
man.
couldn't look at her no more.
A lot of people
Erykah
don't
Badu, when you done with rappers and you want to start doing podcasts, people, holler at me first.
Podcast people.
I don't do seconds, so I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
know what?
Well, maybe with Erica, yeah, I do seconds.
You are
Nigga,
second
you be
to everyone. You
nigga,
know
you be
that, right?
34th with her.
Not in my
Unless you
mind.
have an untouched woman,
Not
you
in
are
my-
seconds
It's
or
all in how,
thirds or
it's all in
fourths.
how you, it's all in how you look at it.
Oh Lord, this from a
Before
nigga.
before I met her, I don't know what she
This
did.
from a nigga who
Her-
fucked
her-
his girl's sister. Like,
Hey,
how
look,
the fuck you gonna be?
Why we
picky?
gotta keep bringing that up,
Because you
man?
do it. Then you
I
turn
did it.
around
No,
and try
I
to make
did
it
it.
seem like you are innocent.
I
and we
am
know
now.
you're not
I have cleansed
I am
myself
what?
now.
When did you get a soul?
How you cleanse? Wait a minute.
How you cleanse something you ain't got?
Alcohol, niggas.
What?
I've been doing the show. I done cleansed my soul fucking with y'all.
Today?
Throughout the whole time.
Oh,
Nigga,
It's
you know,
been added-
nigga, just because you took a shower don't mean you was baptized, nigga.
Hey, man,
Ain't no take backs.
I was saying the prayer when I did
Your
it.
past is still your past.
I know, and I learned from it.
But
I
you
become a
can't
better.
cleanse yourself from your past.
Oh man.
I can in my mind.
Alright,
Yeah.
so we gonna play some videos real quick.
This for
Um,
control alt elite.
I need a drink just off the shit that he was just saying.
Right.
I'm about to fill my cup up too.
Yeah, oh really?
After I empty my
Even more
bladder.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I
we
told
come
you.
back.
I
We come
told
back, the
y'all
show's gonna get a
before
lot worse.
I told y'all before we go on the air, it's gonna be 2 weeks off for the show. Oh boy, it's about to be on and popping. Big
Oh,
things
man.
popping over here, baby.
Oh Lord. So yeah, let's start off with Erica B. Shout out to Limelight Management. They had an event I think yesterday, with my man. They had a mix.com from QC. He was judging the event for them. And shout out to my man Jay Problems. He actually drove down from Alabama to North Carolina to perform at the event. So we're gonna play Erica B, who is the who is the daughter of Alexis from Limelight, and then we're gonna play J Problems, and then we're gonna play somebody else's video whoever I feel like playing after that, and then we'll be back with some more shit.
No doubt.
Okay.
I like Samia. I don't know about this nigga.
We still live,
Yeah,
baby.
These mics. Oh yeah, his like nah. He
I
keep
say
his on.
live, baby.
He keep his on. You should just go ahead and put some of that. I like this beat. It's some artists that I want y'all to. Well, I don't have to talk about it on the show, but I want y'all to look at it. This chick was just like one of them cute little Instagram little models.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you look at her. And her name is Princess Nokia. She just got signed. Let me tell you something. She had this little song. I was like, wait, I like it. You know, and this kind of reminds me of her flow. But she just got signed. I can't remember by who. I'm going to look her up. Because I saw it on her post. And I was like, oh, wow, she got signed. So that means everything she was doing before, she was independent. I was like, she on point.
Okay.
Because if that was her independent stuff,
Gotcha.
You might want to check your bitch cause she be trying to flirt my nigga. Roll up my woods in the back cause that's for certain nigga. I got the game on lock and I do it on purpose nigga. We from the streets where niggas running and that shit get real. He popped the perk, he popped his ass, call it instant kill. You know that internet beef forget you hit for
Princess
real.
Nokia.
We
Let me
in the
see
streets won't play no beef,
who
man,
she
you
got
get hit for
signed
real.
with her.
I'm off for
Oh,
six.
she did her Spotify thing. She got 115.1 million on Spotify.
God damn.
92 countries.
Renegade had 92, but he didn't get 1 million.
115.1 million. Right. Let me look. I know she put. Okay. What's this shit? Arista Records. Yeah, she just got her deal November 20th. So meaning all them streams, that was independent.
That's independent.
Yeah.
That's all money she eats.
But she got this song called I Like Him. And it kind of reminded me of that one. But that joint, yeah. And she a Native American chick.
For real?
And Spanish. Or Latina.
Yeah.
This girl right here, I was talking about. She sound like the last chick. And then she was independent. She just got signed over the 20th, right? Look at her Spotify.
Good God.
Right. She did all that independent.
Been here on the show. I got my ass with this week. I forgot to change my quarterback.
But then I be selfish, then I be trifling. When I say help me, y'all stay silent. But this my city, so I'ma keep riding. All I do is stay silent. I really hit to get it from the bottom. Shout out to the ones say I got it, cause a lot of niggas doubt it. But man, ain't no fucking doubt about it. Master P can even see a nigga power. When I'm finished, they gonna respect me. Give a damn if they don't really like me. When I started, didn't nobody help me. No support like this, nobody hype me. Finally made a little name for
Damn,
myself.
Seahawks lost to the Giants. Ain't that a motherfucker? Seahawks lost to the Giants with Colt McCoy as a starting quarterback.
Well, I mean, it's cold.
They don't really like me. When I started, didn't nobody help me. No support like that, nobody hype me. Finally made a little name for myself. Now they calling me selfish and trifling. When I needed them, they wasn't there. But they swear that they always been riding. When I'm finished, they gonna respect me. Wonder how they don't see I got that shit. Is it cause I ain't with all that flexing? Or drop the bag on a grill and a necklace? How the hell they don't see that I'm gifted? All this hate I receive, but I'm still here. If I make it, I probably get killed. That's the thought that
Still
nobody
got my 3-point lead though. That's all that matters. Still got my 3-point lead though. That's all that matters. I'm still in first place. Top 99% on ESPN. 99.1%. That's my bold prediction. We're gonna talk sports. They don't forget about the sports segment. 151. Yeah, I'm drinking. I'm just saying. I'm reminding you to remind me, nigga.
Oh yeah.
I predicted the upset. I predicted it after they beat the Cowboys. I didn't do it now because NFL Network and a couple of the Redskins, ex-Redskins websites, they say it's going to be an upset. I called it before. That too, but the Washington's playing good ball.
Right, that too. But I mean, on top of that, even if they playing good ball, that don't necessarily mean they're gonna be the undefeated team.
Before they even were tied, I made that prediction.
But no, what I'm saying to you is this.
I'm gonna break it down.
I feel like they're gonna be tied. Steelers gonna be tied. And
I'm going to factor that into it, but that wasn't in my original factor.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I feel like your original, prediction has more behind it to back it at this point.
Well, definitely. But it's more about what Washington been doing, not about Pittsburgh being tired. So yeah, I'm gonna break it down.
It's when you put all that together.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard thing for them to do.
Did you try some of it?
No.
You scared?
No.
I think he's scared.
I'm saying how that's gonna hit me
One by
first.
one. I think he's scared.
I'm saying how that's gonna hit me first, along with that other shit. I told you, I just started drinking, baby.
Nigga be getting that big voice. Why don't you just smoke a blunt like you fancy? You got the pinky out like you fancy.
The last 2 weeks that we was on air, his voice went real high. And I like the week before.
But Janet, every time his voice get out, the nigga pinky go up.
I told you that's when the pinky ring come out.
Like, what?
That's where the pinky ring used to be at, baby. Just come out, and be like, don't make me. I tell them all the time, you got the forehand or the backhand. You want Venus or you want Serena? Which one you want?
Oh my God.
Which one you want?
I seen both of them play. They both amazing.
So you can catch both of them. Bow.
Why you don't never cover them?
This is the chick from New
They play
Zealand.
for the Castle. This sound good.
This is the chick from New Zealand.
Nice joint.
She sounds good.
We need to sign her.
Man, the video was just her singing in front of a microphone. Lip syncing in front of a microphone. But
When it sound like a song like this, you could do that.
We need to sign her.
But the fact that motherfuckers from New Zealand is singing this shit.
Bro, you told me you had folks from Australia and New Zealand checking us out,
Like,
bro.
I once had a nigga send me a rap in Africa. It's African. I can understand the shit I
The
play.
girls talk some of the African beats.
He fire. He fire.
Like Davido, I love him. He got ties to the U.S. too, but still, the African. And Nigerian,
Yeah.
That's not what they do. You lost your beard?
This nigga lost the beard.
I was like, hold fast, I know I put it somewhere.
You ain't opened another one.
No, that was the empty one. We almost had a beer abduction accident. I thought my beard was kidnapped. I was about to put out an SOS.
Yo.
An Amber Alert.
Ain't go nowhere.
So we're back. This nigga CP3 has lost a beard.
Hey, I'm about to put an Amber Alert out, baby. If you seen the 16-ounce
So-
Coors Light can, report it back.
Niggas gonna be like, with my beard. So let me just give you some quick background. We did a show several weeks ago, right? The young lady father who video we just played, TJ May. And he sent me music from the son and from her and stuff like that. I've been big into playing videos and stuff like that. So this was at the YouTube link, and it was actually her singing and stuff. And they're from New Zealand.
Yeah.
We were talking about that off camera. Like, here's the thing about At the Bar Radio. Because me and Lady Antoinette was talking about this too. She has gotten people to that want to send music from outside. Like we're not. Don't ever get it twisted. Like we love playing local music, but we like playing independent music.
Right.
So if you're from West Bubblefuck and your shit's hot, we're gonna play it.
Yep.
If your shit's trash, we're gonna play it and we're just gonna talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
And we might talk about you on your air, so send your hottest track.
I mean, it's going to happen.
Nigga, did you find your voice or your beard?
Both.
I found both,
Both.
baby.
Oh, here gone again.
So you already know when CP3 starts talking high pitch with his pinky out. Yo, this nigga was smoking a blunt with his pinky out. That nigga feeling fancy.
I plead
And
the
his
fifth.
beer.
Yo, that nigga was taking the beer with the pinky
You gotta
out.
have the pinky out, baby. You got a sophistication, baby. It means it all.
Oh, why did you say that? I
So
don't
we,
know if I can take that.
so it's at the bar. So I love to tell people what we're drinking. So we got 20 grand, which is a mix of cognac and vodka. But when I'm here,
Somebody.
I put extra liquor in it. So it's a mix of cognac and vodka and wine.
That's what we end up doing at the bar, man. But I'm not driving, so it's whatever.
Lady Antoinette bought
Jamaican rum.
Jamaican rum. What's it called?
Appleton.
Appleton.
Estate.
So she bought some of that, and then she bought a whole thing of moonshine. That moonshine
And
got me.
cherries.
That shit got me feeling good.
That's why I ain't touching it. If it got him feeling good, I don't want no problem.
You
No,
like-
sir.
Have cherries in it. Eat
Yes.
some cherries. Just eat the cherries.
How many
No,
times?
that's- don't get me started on cherries, guys.
How many times have a female told you that?
Exactly. That's- Don't get me started on cherries and shit. That's a whole different topic right there, guys.
You gotta say eat the cherries in the jar.
Yeah, in the jar. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't say eat my cherries.
I'm just
I said
saying.
eat the cherries.
I told you the
Eat
COVID
your
and
girlfriend's
fuck.
cherries.
Ooh.
Let me pour my drink on.
Ooh. Why you get quiet?
Wanna call her? Hey, young lady, you can call 240-324-6110.
CP3's
Oh
mystery
boy.
boo.
See,
He
I'm
has
just going.
some. He has a love interest. Wait, is she really interested in you? Does she,
Are you really interested in her? Or are you just trying to flop?
she your girlfriend? Do she know you? She your girlfriend?
What did this turn into an interrogation? I'm starting to feel hot over here.
Yeah, oh,
Is anybody getting hot?
Why you talking like that?
Because it's getting hot. I
Uh-huh.
feel like I'm in interrogation. I've been there before.
CP3 has a love interest.
I plead the fifth.
We gotta make sure she's a real.
And we
and
drinking a
live.
fifth. I'm just saying, I'm focused on my career right now.
Oh,
I got some things
He a
going
whole
on.
lie.
I'm
He like, I want that as my boo. That's what he said.
I'm going through a transition right now. Trying to get my career on track. I got some personal things going on that I need to get rectified.
Is she
Man, cut that bullshit
hold
out.
on.
focusing.
Is she helping you with your personal things?
I mean,
Hey,
kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit,
Hey.
a little something.
she's assisting you, and
I mean, moral support is always
that's
a good
what
thing.
I'm saying. Teamwork,
Teamwork made the dream work, baby.
Michelle and Obama.
I
CP3.
wish, nigga, I wish.
Uncle
So-
Barry and Aunt Shaq.
So, you ready to talk about the CP3?
Mhm.
You know what? I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm about to ask you is going to lead into something.
Oh, shit, let me buckle up.
But why don't you go back? Why don't you go ahead and start off with DC Sports? Because when I'm talking, because the next question I'm about to ask is going to transition into DC Sports and Go-Go.
All right.
So go ahead,
Well-
run down that DC Sports for us.
Yeah, no doubt. If you tuned into the show and you watched the game on Thanksgiving, the Washington football team was on a 2-game winning streak. They blew out the Dallas Cowboys 41-16. Have a huge matchup coming up with the Pittsburgh Steelers Monday Night Football. It was supposed to be today, but you know about the whole COVID situation with Baltimore. Game got pushed back to Wednesday of this week. That was originally supposed to be played on Thanksgiving, which caused a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh Steelers fans to be upset because they felt like it was an unfair advantage, and now they're coming around on a short week for them to play a Washington football team that's playing the best ball of the season that they've been playing now. And if you tuned into the show last week, we talked about, the growth that we've seen in this team in one season, and it took 3 or 4 seasons under Jay Gruden to see any growth of the team whatsoever. But we're seeing this in the first season And I'm not really tripping off of winning a division. I've said that the whole time, but the process of seeing progress is what I wanted to see, and we're seeing that week in and week out. If you tuned into the afternoon football, you see that the New York Football Giants upset Seattle.
Wait.
Yes.
Nigga, give us our name. The Giants.
The Giants
Give us our name.
ended up upsetting because they really killed my fantasy football team. Also, they shut down DJ
boy,
Metcalf.
He's bitter because of that.
I'm bitter because of that, and also because I didn't expect them to win this game, and I made a bold prediction that the Washington football team would upset Pittsburgh on Monday Night Football, with the game that started.
7 million views.
And they're playing at 5:00, which is different, but with this COVID situation, they're trying to get all the games fit in. They still have games on Tuesday, and they have a Monday night game at 8:00 also. So I made the bold prediction after the Washington football team defeated the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving that they would upset them. Now, in the recent weeks, I've seen a couple of TV networks and a couple of Washington football team beat writers saying that, this could be poised for an upset. Washington football team could be able to beat Pittsburgh. Like, hold fast, dog. I done already sell this shit, baby.
But here's the crazy thing about that. The crazy thing is, the NFC East has a tendency to have these shitty ass records and still win Super Bowls.
Yep. You ain't never lied.
And that don't go for the Giants. That go for any team in the NFC East. Like, what has some shitty ass
But
records?
even with the Giants, real talk. When
The last two Super Bowls were wild cards.
The last two Super Bowls, not only were y'all wild cards, but the Redskins were at the bottom of the division and swept y'all both of those years.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, like, I always joke and say that, the thing about the Giants, the thing about the NFC East is like this: we don't come alive until the second half of the season.
Right.
And here's the thing: I don't care what team it is. If we start off good at the beginning of the season, by the time the second half of the season, we some shit. We have to go through these losses.
And honestly,
whether you're a Giant or Red, yeah, the whole squad.
But I broke it down last week about the growth. If you think about it, these teams had no preseason, no real training camp. So you're seeing for the first 4 weeks was like training camp and preseason mixed together.
Yeah.
So now they're getting into their groove. So imagine, like I said on the show, imagine if Ron Rivera would have had a chance to have this team in training camp, OTAs, and preseason, and being a new coach, he'd get an extra week.
Right.
So now you're seeing the maturation of this team. This team taking on identity.
He used big words.
We broke it down big time. You can go check it out on our YouTube channel.
I'm talking
myself.
about you right now.
Oh,
using
because
that word because
I'm just saying. I told you got the pinky. Y'all got to start using. That's how you break them down with them big words. They be like, "What you say, Daddy?" And you got, that's something. My bad. I had to flashback to. I had to flashback to something else. My bad.
You know
My
what? I
bad.
think I might need a cup of water. This shit got me. You told me some shit, man. You want to drink water.
I'm just saying, man. I told you. Y'all done got me drinking all these fine beverages. I'm starting to sit back into my old. All these fine beverages. I done slipped back into my old way.
It ain't a show until CP3 can play a victim.
Right, that's true.
It's been 2 weeks, baby. I got to.
It ain't a show until CP3 plays the victim.
But it's definitely good.
Beverages,
Yeah.
moonshine. But go ahead.
I ain't even touched that. But it's been it's very interesting to see the way these teams, because remember the Giants started out 0-5 before they beat Washington 2 games in a row. And they're getting on a roll. You see Washington getting on a roll with Alex Smith at the quarterback position. You see them playing solid defense. We saw what they did against Dallas both times. They contained the run. The pass defense is still ranked number 1 in the NFL. They're second in the NFL with sacks, I believe, at 73. I think I saw the number of the day. So, no. That's way off. I think it was 36. I can't remember. I know they're second. Like I said, I read the numbers. Hey, I'm dyslexic sometimes.
You drunk.
I'm not driving.
I'm dyslexic, nigga. You're drunk.
I'm not driving though, so it don't make a difference.
So shout out to my man Black Squirrel. So now we transition to this. The Washington fan base is so toxic.
Oh boy.
And we're not just talking whether it's sports or go-go. And one, I ain't the biggest go-go head. But CeeLo Green this week did a go-go rendition on the Soul Train Music Awards. And like the comments and the stuff that, like he put Go-Go on a bigger platform, and some of the comments was just so fucking negative. And then, like the one thing as a child that like I was a Giants fan, and for a while the Redskins was my backup team, but their fucking fans had just disgusted me to the point. Like I had a dude that would tell us, you know, y'all can't do this, y'all shouldn't curse, y'all shouldn't do that, and then come Sunday, all that shit be out the window. Like he go to church and then he would say he watch a football game and he would say every word underneath the sun.
Yep.
And it was such a turn off for me. Because
But that's not just Redskin fans, but I get you.
We're speaking DMV fans right now.
And
Yeah, because no matter who they like,
They're a toxic fan
and
base.
it just seems like it's a toxic fan base at times. Whether it's Go-Go, whether it's, like, I don't understand how we get mad at a person who's shining light on Go-Go, who's trying to pay homage to Go-Go. Like the stupidest thing I've ever heard was when Jay-Z did this song, right?
Oh, yeah,
And all the Go-Go people was mad when they've been covering Jay-Z songs for years. And other artist songs for years. The smartest thing to me would have been to say, fuck the money, do a remix and put me on it.
Right, true.
Because Rare Essence is still Rare Essence here, but Jay-Z's still a billionaire everywhere else. And every time he performed, smartest thing the Roots did. The Roots, you know how they elevated their game?
They probably looked at that.
When Jay-Z did the Unplugged album, do you know who his band was?
Yeah.
The Roots.
I mean, look at what they do now on a daily basis. They a house man now. They making big money on a daily basis.
And we can see Black Thought is eating very well.
Yeah, but I mean, they're on the Tonight Show.
Shout out.
The Tonight Show?
Shout out to my man Black Score, and I know you and Mike are on my head about if I say something bad about the Washington football team, but I'll remind you as I remind Dallas fans. How old were you when y'all won y'all last Super Bowl? Okay, let's go back to this question.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting game. I still believe now with the factor of Pittsburgh being on short rest, playing on Wednesday against Baltimore, this past Wednesday that is, and then coming to face Washington on Monday. I still believe Washington can defeat this team. And with the Giants defeating Seattle today, which shocked me, I didn't think that, especially with backup quarterback Colt McCoy. Yes, that Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to be an interesting game. Tune in for our post game. We'll be doing it after we'll be doing our show after the game on Sports on the Hill podcast, True Radio Network, Monday nights. We'll put out the time once we figure out what time the game is over. Probably be about 15, 20 minutes after.
So let's talk about these toxic ass fans.
All right, this
Okay,
fan.
well, let me say this.
Yeah,
about
you go
Bobo.
ahead and start.
Let me say this about Bobo. So, for years, you know, they feel that it's Go-Go is a culture. It's not just music. And so for someone to take your culture and make a ton of money on it, they feel like it's insulting.
But they take other people's cultures.
They're not putting this to a record and selling it across the country. When you have a go-go band that makes a record, which we know that doesn't happen often, but when you have a go-go band that has made a record, it was all original songs. Okay? And if it's not, they pay their dues. You see what I'm saying? So for Jay-Z, an artist like Jay-Z, to not reach out, to not acknowledge them, to not pay them, to not do anything, yeah, they sued them.
Yeah, the only problem is that when I've heard of go-go songs in the past,
Yeah.
they do the same thing that Jay-Z just did.
They do it, but they're not doing it and putting it.
But it's
But
still,
they still
out
making
the
money
same
off.
way.
But they
But
still
they
making
still
money
make
off.
money off it.
but they still make money.
It doesn't
So
matter
put it like
the stream of
When
it
you
and how
have
big.
an artist that is up there performing at a concert,
Yes,
there are artists that constantly perform other people's music.
that's
They
true.
will cover other people's music, but they are not producing this and putting it out there to the nation in a sense that they are making money off of it. Go-go bands, the tapes that we get are literally of live performances. They're not in the studio making money in that sense. They're not producing records and they're not going to print. They're not pressing the album with other artists' stuff. So that's the difference between the two. However, like I said, it's a culture. Jay-Z is not part of that culture.
And I get that, but my whole thing is it's a double standard in that culture.
Well,
Because
it isn't.
because if you make money, whether it's a whole bunch of money, but if you're getting paid to perform and you're using one of my songs, and then you turn around and get mad because I'm on a bigger platform and I use one of your songs,
Well, I don't
it's a
think
contradiction.
I really don't think it was because it was a bigger platform. Like I said, any artist, I have seen other artists in their concerts, they're doing their original songs, but then they'll take a break and sing another artist's song.
That's true, yeah.
Go-go bands, they do both. They're bands. A lot of bands, you can go and see a live band right now, and almost everything that they do is other people's.
It's cover. It's
a
cover.
But when people are recording them, you know, yeah, they're recording that live performance. It's a difference between going in the studio and producing an entire album or a track and putting it out there. We're talking rights, we're talking all kinds of stuff.
We're talking business.
We're talking business, and if it was another, let's say if this go-go band was another artist and they had original, you know, stuff, because if they perform Jay-Z's a song, we know that they're performing Jay-Z's song, right?
Yeah.
We know that, and they're not putting it on an album legally, selling it out here in the you know in the record store.
I mean, but if you want to get technical about it,
one of my biggest issues though, I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Go ahead.
But one of my biggest issues with that is that when we're talking about DMV fans when it comes to that culture,
right?
The go-go make the song better.
Well,
And
they can think that all day long, but that's subjective.
It is, but but now you're insulting my work. And when you're insulting my work, how am I supposed to feel?
Because the go-go fans are not saying that we did it better than Jay-Z.
We're saying, but the
that's
conversation,
the fans are.
Yeah, that's why I said toxic fan.
Yeah.
Because it's how you handle certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
And your fans will lead you the right way or they'll lead you to the wrong way.
Right.
And it's just, when your fans are toxic, it's hard as an artist to recognize which one of y'all being toxic. Right. Because if someone says something negative, it don't matter if it's from the group or from a fan. I don't have time to decipher the difference.
Right. But see what you said about, you know, when it came to Jay-Z, I mean, when you're at that level, he wasn't at a super duper level. He wasn't a Jay-Z now. He was at a higher level.
He was a higher level. But he wasn't at the level he's at now.
But technically, it wasn't even really the same song. He took the premise and he branched off of it and made it his own.
No, he stole the song.
I mean, he pretty much stole the song.
Baby.
I mean, he pretty much. No, I'm just saying, he pretty much stole it.
When I heard the chorus, I was like,
we knew what it was. But like you said, Go-Go has done the same thing.
Right, but they do the same thing, but they're performing it live for their audience for entertainment.
But then you still have PA Palace. Remember, they make money off of the tapes they get made.
Make the tapes. Okay. But anybody, here's the thing.
So one of our listeners,
when you have those tapes, the go-go, are you saying that the go-go bands get money off all the tapes?
Sometimes they get some of the money off of it.
No.
They don't get all of it, but they have spots where they have tapes.
So one of the viewers just brought up a point. Black Squirrel said, Chucky Thompson gave Beyonce A. Marie's whole sound and put her to the back.
That's not right.
That's true though. It is true.
Right. And she's from here too.
But that's marketing. That's the industry.
But it doesn't make it right.
I don't know how to say make it right.
I'm just saying, in that scenario, Chucky Thompson, who is known to be a producer, he produced for Bad Boy. He's done a lot of stuff out here for people. For him to do that is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And then because for CeeLo, even when you take CeeLo, you using this sound of this whole entire culture. But was there a go-go band up there?
Was it?
No. Taraji and what's her name, Regina, when they did the opening act for a award show, they brought the band up there. You should put your inspiration on there. Wale had close ties to a go-go band. He openly said, "Here you go. This is the band," and that's what happened.
Well, I think that kind of goes back to
Okay.
the original situation with EU.
So my
What they
man,
got put on.
my man, Queen Champs just hit me up and he broke down the Red Essence element about the Jay-Z song.
Right.
So part of the Red Essence element was that Def Jam included distribution of their next project, and it had a feature from Redman on it, which I think I love Redman. They came out with the short end of the stick because Redman at that time wasn't as big as Jay-Z.
He was silent at that
He
time.
wasn't as big as Jay-Z. So I think they got the short end of the stick on that. Like if we're talking, if you use my shit, I catch you with your hand in the cookie jar.
And
then
that's what you do? You don't pay me?
I should get Jay-Z.
They're not gonna pay you if they don't have to.
But I should get Jay-Z though.
You're not gonna pay me. You're not gonna acknowledge me, and you're not gonna link me up with the same artist who the whole controversy started from. You're not doing anything to truly make it
said,
right
they went at it about it the wrong way, trying to sue her for money instead of suing them to get on the track.
for their rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should
And then they should have thought business, and that goes to the toxic fans, and it goes to the whole DMV unfortunate culture. So I've always said this, and folks get pissed off or mad at me, but I don't give a damn. I don't roll with a lot of different folks, especially from this area, because for some reason folks from this area don't know how to adapt to different situations and different climates. There's a time to be hood, there's a time to be business, there's a time to be foolish, and you have to know the difference. And unfortunately, a lot of folks in this area don't know how to adapt to different environments and different scenarios, and they carry that same DMV, DC, this is what I do when I'm home, so I'm going to do this wherever I go. That's cool. But when you get the repercussions of doing that, don't try to blame it on somebody else. You made that choice. And unfortunately, folks don't know how to adapt to their scenario because they want to feel like, oh, I'm this way and I'm entitled to this way. If you can't deal with it, oh, well, I'm me. Okay, that's cool. But there's repercussions to that. Just like they say freedom of speech, yeah, that's a right in this country. But also the freedom to get your ass whipped if you say something that's going to piss somebody off. So you have to realize there's a cause and effect. And folks don't want to realize that. And like you say, I play victim on here because it's funny because I mimic the culture. Because that's all the culture does. They want to blame everybody. This is my platform to do that. Because on my show, we don't talk about things like this. So I want to play the victim because I've never done that in my real life. So I want to be able to blame somebody else and be like, it wasn't my fault. It was, the devil made me do it. Or the water I drink has fluoride. It made me do it.
So basically you calling me and Lady Antoinette the
I was
devil.
about to say.
Not you, not y'all.
That's what
This
you
just an interpretation
said
of.
the devil.
Yo, you just called me and Lady Antoinette
You
the
always
devil.
say that we make you do these things, but then now you saying the devil made me do it. So like, let's be real.
That's
Speak
just an-
your
that's just
mind.
an
So that's how
example.
you really
So
feel.
am I devil number one or my devil number two?
See, I'm devil number two. I know.
I am the
So you the
opposite.
devil
I
on the
am an
left
angel.
shoulder.
I don't
No,
know what
no,
you're
you the
talking
devil on the
about.
left shoulder. You the devil on the right shoulder.
Wait, ain't no angel.
Ain't no angel. I told you that's the
That's
story.
tough,
That's the
man.
name of my story. Ain't
You see
no.
how
We're changing the names of the
things
guilty.
come out. When things come
I'm
out.
just saying, man.
Yo, it's really nice to know how he feels about this, right?
Hey, man. I just had fun,
We
baby.
try to have positive influence on you.
Y'all do, but it's
What,
fun
really?
too. Y'all like fucking
Really?
with y'all.
You just
I like.
nigga,
I wasn't calling y'all the
Nigga,
devil.
you just called us the devil.
The devil on the left shoulder.
I think
you
y'all.
the
I
devil
think
on
y'all
the
being.
right.
I think y'all being overly sensitive.
What?
I wasn't focusing on saying you guys. I'm saying the whole premise of what this society is now is nothing but devils, and nobody's awake enough. And the few folks that are awake, their voice isn't loud enough. We try to have a voice on this show
Right.
to try to open up people's minds, but they even when you shine a light in some folks' eyes, they still don't want to see because that involves free thought.
Okay.
And a lot of folks are afraid of that because they need somebody to tell them what to do because they have no direction, no focus, and don't know who they are. I was there before. That's when I was doing all of my, previous stuff that we always discuss on the show. But,
Well,
now
Go ahead.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying.
Because you know
man.
I got stuff to say based
I
on
just feel
what
like
you
you called
said.
us
I'm just
And that ain't even about the devil part.
go ahead,
'Cause
Jazz.
I
Go
feel like
ahead,
you're
lady.
gonna
Answer
attack
it.
for the whole world is you
I'm just
against
having
the
fun.
world.
Yeah,
I'ma
that's
tell
the way I
you,
look at
I
it.
hear you, and what you said was correct for some people. I don't feel like it's most. I disagree Because if you look at our area, we're right here next to the federal government. Okay? A lot of our parents and some of our peers are within the federal government right now. You have to, it's code switching. People around here, we are able to code switch. You and I grew up in Prince George's County. During the time when Prince George's County, the entire time we were growing up, was the richest, predominantly black community in the country.
But you know what that was? That's not because of all of us. It's because of the long-term government workers, like folks in my family that's GS20s making $100,000. That's throwing off the cost of living. So it isn't that the whole region was living good. It's
Prince
certain
George's
folks
County,
are.
That's not what she said,
when
though.
you're looking at the history of
Yeah, but I'm
Prince
saying
George's
for being
County-
that moniker, the most. I hate that moniker.
But no, but it's the truth. It's not.
But
just
it's
a
fictitious.
moniker.
But it's fictitious.
It's not fictitious because a lot of, like I just said, a lot of our parents and grandparents, that's what we're taught in this area.
Yeah.
You were taught to grow up, get your education, and get a good government job. We are right here. That is why Prince George's County, that's the reason why Prince George's County is the way that it is because of the connection between Prince George's County and the federal government. And that's where all the black people move.
No, that's
So
not-
with that
that's a
said,
good thing.
you know, I will say that, and then if you look at Montgomery County is a mixing bowl right now. But Montgomery County is known as like a really nice community. It's known as a county that, you know, has a little bit of change. You know, we are surrounded by wealth in some way, shape, or form. Not to say that everybody is wealthy,
Yeah,
but Prince George's County is classified as middle class.
yeah, classified.
With that
that's
said,
key.
With that said, but you have people that are living in $1 million homes, and then you have other people that are living a little rugged.
Yeah, but it's
But
all about
you
the
look
numbers.
at the median.
Yeah,
You
it-
look in between, and Prince George's County is predominantly black. With that said, a lot of our peers are either in here and they're successful. Some are in the corporate world. Some are in the government. There are some that have moved away, branched out, and they are able to code switch. So when you say that they're not able to adapt, I disagree because I have seen it. I've seen it many times. It is all about who you are surrounded by.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
I'm not speaking
your-
about the few that can adapt. But
No, it's not
as-
a few. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at the city, how many of those folks are actually making it out?
Which city? DC?
Yeah,
You have no choice at this point.
they're not. They're only getting moved out because of the gentrification, and they can't afford to live there
But that
anymore.
doesn't
But
mean
they're
that they
not
can't
branching out
adapt.
and actually evolving and being able to adapt to their surroundings and be able to prosper and become better. That's
I
the
know a
problem
lot
where,
who have.
yeah, and I
That's
know,
what I'm
and
saying.
I'm saying I know a lot who haven't,
Right.
and it's a fault where I will take them out of this general area and take them to a different environment, and they wouldn't know how to adapt. They still want to stand on the corner smoking weed at 12 o'clock at night under the street light, even in a place that they don't know where the fuck they're at. Because that's what I do when I'm at home.
Because
Now, I mean, I'm just saying this is some of the stuff that irritates me about our people. That some of us want to have that bravado of, well, this is where I'm from, this is how I am, either accept me or whatever. But that's not going to make you successful in life.
But
So
then,
when I-
but
when I-
here's the thing is they haven't learned that.
Right. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I feel like the difference between in the opinions between us is the ratio. I feel like it's not as many as you said. I know a lot of people, unfortunately, and sometimes fortunately, across the DMV area, people that are from here and people who are not from here. I went away. I lived in a whole different area dealing with different types of people. And I will say there is a certain uniqueness about the people here. And a lot of people here aren't able to adapt.
Well, I look at it like this: it's the choices you make.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this because I come from a household where we made different choices. You know, me and my older brother made different choices. He was in the streets and I wasn't. And I'm proud to say I wasn't in the streets. And, you know, I ain't never been arrested. I've probably been handcuffed 2 times in my life.
Was that by the police?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry. Look at the show we
Okay,
had
3
last-
times. The 3rd time wasn't.
See, that's my thing. I've been handcuffed a couple
Yeah, I know
times.
you've been handcuffed a couple
And there's
times.
nothing sexy about I never understood there's nothing sexy about handcuffs, so I can't
But
include
that's
that in.
your
But-
personal opinion.
but-
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying. I'll put them
understood.
on somebody if she wants me to do
But
it,
see,
but I
wait,
can't
wait,
put
wait.
them on.
Let me finish this because
I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
know you would.
I went off on a tangent. My
Right,
bad.
that's all right. You know you would.
I'm
You
sorry.
know you freak.
Right.
Hey man,
You're
look.
nasty.
But
If she likes it, why not?
But I say this because we make choices.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you in DMV, whether you in DC, Maryland, or Virginia, we all make a choice. Like me and my brother were raised in the same house. We had the same problems.
Yep.
We just made different choices.
True.
It is up to you as an individual to make a choice. You can lead or you can follow. You make that decision whether you want to be part of the flock or you make that decision or you want to lead the flock. And it's easier to be part of something than to lead something. It's scarier to realize that people are watching your every move
But it's,
versus blending in.
to me, it's scarier to be in the flock. It is because
Bro, you
don't-
just said the same shit I just said. You
That's,
gotta
that's,
listen to
that's,
what
that's what I'm saying. To me, it's
That's-
scarier
that-
to be in the flock, but the other folks that want to be in the flock, I don't understand that mentality.
because it's easier to be in a flock. If everybody's going left, it's easy just to go left. Because you ain't got to explain to nobody why you went right. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to be accepted rather than be questioned why you different.
But see, I different opinion because when we came up, it was better to be different than to blend in
It
with
wasn't.
everybody.
It wasn't.
Really, in your experience, you didn't feel that way?
No,
Yeah,
because I was different.
I experienced the everybody wanted to be different too. I experienced it with your clothes, with
My-
your
Yeah.
style.
That's what I'm saying. To
your-
me, it
Smart,
made me
but you
better.
Keep in mind, I'm older than y'all.
Not by many years.
Nigga, I'm older than you by like at least 3.
I
Yeah,
had-
I mean, we
let me
still
tell you,
came up
so
in the
My dad
general.
was the baby of the family. I'm his baby. So even with my older cousins, who are 50s and 60s, and I know that they're older than you. Even them coming up, my sister who was born in '73, my cousins who are older than her. Even with them, it was about your uniqueness and your style, but we're talking about different areas too. At that time, your area that you were in was completely different from the area that I was in.
The area that I'm in, that you gotta think about when I came in, first of all, when I got into hip hop, people were into go-go. And that's the music that spoke to me. So when I told people I didn't listen to go-go, they motherfuckers looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, go-go was popping back then.
And when I bought equipment for hip hop, they were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But I was into hip hop and comic books.
Which was not common at that time.
Exactly.
Well, in this area.
A black kid in the comic books was something rare.
See, I didn't really get into go-go till I started, maybe about late 90s when I started working at Frito and Jesse. Jesse took me to my first real go-go.
And that's because
Here's
you
the
went to the
thing.
go-go's and
What-
you saw the women and how they were.
What did you
That's why
say?
got into
What
it.
did you say? What did you just say?
I said I wasn't really a big go-go fan until somebody exposed me.
Yeah. Even when I
But
went to
that's
go,
how go-go's are. You
even
have
when
to be exposed.
how many
to
go-go's
them.
have you went to?
Probably about 20.
Yeah. You know how many go-go's I went to my whole entire life?
One.
4.
Oh, really? That's what I would think.
I'm
And-
gonna keep my mouth closed.
And because the music didn't speak to me. It didn't make me feel what I felt when I listened to hip hop.
Wow.
So that's my genre and that's my lane. My brother was a big go-go guy. I'm just not.
You ever go see Backyard?
No.
See, that's probably why. See.
And then no, probably why I just don't like it.
Well, no, it was different.
It was
No, Backyard. I think with some of the beats that they use, does have a hip hop influence to it.
Yeah.
I think that would have reached out to you a little bit better than probably what you experienced.
Yeah. Each band had their own style.
Yeah.
I remember Backyard when they first started.
Yeah.
When they were going through their transitions,
Yeah.
when they were more reaching out to hip hop. I think that would have
So-
felt you when they early they was just raw, just and that's the shit that I like. That's when I was in the club getting
But
it
keep
in.
in mind, I remember Junkyard when they played on F Street, and they actually, the reason why it was called Junkyard because they had the buckets and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm from
I was-
that era too.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was a
I'm
semi junkyard
take me
fan.
out to see Junkyard. That's me all day.
And-
Yeah, I was a semi junkyard.
And the thing was, like I said, for music wise, it just didn't speak to me. Hip hop spoke to me, but that's just me because I'm different. And my whole thing about that is, like, I come from people that are different. Like,
But Go-Go was different
that's what I'm
to
saying,
the rest
bro.
of the world.
go was different to the rest of the world, but it was just the same to everybody here. And that was my biggest issue. And I probably would have felt different if I was in New York and I heard Go-Go. I'd be like, oh, that shit's different. But because I wasn't in New York and all I did hear was Go-Go, and then when I heard hip-hop, that related to me.
Okay. Because
So-
I mean, I feel like with
I don't
Go-Go,
know.
Because I remember hearing Run Joe.
If you go to the
It was-
if you
it
go
was
to the right go-go,
self-expression.
bro, they
It's
change
not
your
going
life.
to the right Go-Go. It's just it's what called to me.
No.
Because certain songs spoke to me. The first song I listened, I was listening to hip hop, like I heard the message. I heard Run DMC, it's like that. But when I heard My Philosophy by Boogie Down Production and KRS-One, it triggered something. In '86, when I bought my first tape, and I actually bought Paid in Full, and I heard Eric B. and Rakim for the first time, it triggered something for me.
Yeah, your go-go not gonna do that. Your go-go not gonna do that.
well, but at the
It's not
same
going to do it
time-
for me.
Right.
It may do it for. It did it for my brother. My brother was a big go-go head. My brother knew every member of Red Assets.
Yeah, now I'm saying with the
He knew
you
funk.
were
He
looking
knew.
for. Yeah,
he
the
knew
message you
all
were
them
looking
people.
for. I'm saying the message you were looking for. You're not going to
but
find
no,
that in
on top of
go-go.
that, yes, you would, because Chuck
You
had
can.
some messages.
I mean, Chuck is a
Monjo,
different
but
but that's
category.
still
Mon-
Go-Go.
Yeah, but I
Monjo
don't-
was a very positive song, but it just didn't appeal to me that much.
Yeah, I wasn't really a big Run Joe fan.
I thought it was cool, but it didn't appeal to me. DC Scorpio was cool, but it didn't appeal to me that much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember listening to Pleasure. They was cool. It didn't appeal to me that much.
I love
I
that.
wasn't really a Pleasure fan either.
Well, I was because, the obvious reason.
It
Yeah.
was all go-go, but they don't get enough respect because they was the first all go-go girl group.
Yeah.
They were all girls.
That was Northeast Groove's Backyard and Jump.
You know,
But,
so
but even still, I feel like this. When it comes to like go-go, self-expression is, like I said, it's a culture. Everybody, when you go to a go-go, what turns heads is something that's different. Like people, even in their attire, they want it to be expressive. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
And it was about, oh, y'all like this hip hop song? Okay, well, listen to the way we gonna play it because it's different, And that was the whole purpose of go-go, at that time especially. It was all about, self-expression. Just the same way hip hop was. It just sounds different. The message may be different, the delivery may be different, but it was all about self-expression.
the crazy thing was that I remember watching Yo on TV Raps and Rap City, and then we always considered Go a cousin. It's just that when we heard the fans talk and the people in the hood talk, they were so disrespectful.
I mean, most of the folks that listen to go-go, especially now, they don't understand where go-go came from. They only hear what they hear now. They understand the roots of it. Like I say, when going to go see Backyard and hear G on the mic and that 808 kick in, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you got a couple of drinks in you, you got this nice little female in front of you. I'm just saying.
This nigga about to make a porno.
Off of
It
go-go.
wasn't even like that was after we left the club.
CP3 porno.
And you were still playing go-go?
Of course.
You
You gotta
fuck
keep
with
you
go-go
gotta keep
music?
the
You
mood.
probably did.
You fuck the go-go music?
I have.
No, nigga, you said yes or no question.
Yeah,
He said
definitely.
he
I
has.
have.
And gangsta rap too, I'm sure.
No, it's hard to fuck off a gangster rap.
But you
Oh, for
tried.
real?
I did
But
try
you
one time.
tried.
Nigga,
Yeah.
how many girls you fuck up UGK?
That ain't gangster rap. That's pimp stories, baby.
That doesn't make it better.
But it ain't gangster rap. They
But
talking
you,
about
but you
killing
didn't
all the
answer
time.
the question.
I had fucked the
See,
UGK.
you're terrible.
I took,
You
but
fucked the NWA?
nah, I never fucked the NWA.
What's the most gangster song you fucked to? This nigga got it, bitch. This nigga got
Who
the
is probably
thing.
I mean-
Ice-T?
Nah, I never fucked the Ice-T. I
Fuck the Ice Cube, a bitch is a bitch is a bitch.
Was it too short? It was too short.
I did for the two short
You
before.
fucking too
I did
short.
it for the two short.
I knew it.
Cocktails,
See,
baby.
see, right there.
When you bust nuts, you yell out, bitch!
You know it, nigga. And smack the ass at the same time, nigga. You gotta do it. You got to if you
And
haven't
you
tried it.
complained all this time about being single.
I mean, it was fun. It was
It
the
was
late
fun.
90s, early 2000s. Things was different, you know.
Nigga, you just terrible.
I'm just saying, man, we
You
had
just
fun.
terrible in any year.
That's something. But we had fun back then. That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, you heard the Transformers, you a stay former. You just stay the same, you terrible in any year.
Now, come on now. All of y'all have done that at least one time.
Wait, no.
Yo,
Too short? For real?
I ain't never want to go to too short.
And UGK?
Okay, well,
What?
technically, getting head and
What? It doesn't
Nah,
matter.
nigga, don't change them
Bill
now.
Clinton, it does not matter.
Nigga, don't change
so any
them
sexual
now.
intercourse with UGK is wrong.
Nigga,
That's terrible.
What
the
about having
question,
video on?
nigga, the question was clear.
On YouTube.
You in the late 90s, early 2000s? So make up your mind. Were you terrible
No, I'm talking
then or
about-
you terrible now?
I mean, this was a couple of years ago.
Clearly. So make up your mind. Were you terrible then or you
I
terrible
mean,
now?
if they like UGK, why am I going to deny them of that? I'm a UGK fan too. She wanted to hear UGK.
So did you call her while you was walking up to Too Short? You called her a bitch while she was sucking your dick?
She asked me to, yeah.
She asked you to, or did how she gonna
Some
ask
of
you?
them asked you to.
Wait a minute. How she gonna ask you if she sucking your dick?
Some of them, no, not at the time.
So what she said?
She say,
Good question.
no, she said she liked to be talked to like a, you know, like a bad girl, like a slut or whatever.
What the fuck?
Like a bad girl.
You know, come on, that don't act like
don't
you
try
don't
to-
know.
do not try to deflect. You keep trying to
You keep because you giving me that look. You try to give me that innocent look. Nah, you try to give me that innocent look. Nah, you try to give me that innocent. I ain't putting it anyway. I'm speaking of personal experience. I ain't.
You got a Skype call in, but I ain't got the Skype activated. It's happening on my phone.
Oh, yes, please call us.
So hold on, let me see if I can.
Let me check
activate
my
it on
feed.
here.
Did anybody comment and
Yeah, we
shit?
need that. We need a call.
Oh man, y'all didn't see. Y'all didn't got.
Yo, to the person calling on Skype, give me 1 second. Let me activate it on here.
And if you know me, think about it twice before you call back.
Hello? Hello?
Oh.
Yo, could you do me one favor? Could you call back in 1 minute? I'm activating the Skype on the computer so you can come through the computer. Alright, so just call back in it's activated now. Just call back in 1 second. Alright.
I don't like this.
I
You
don't know
like
who the
it?
fuck-
I
I don't know who
love
the fuck
it.
that is. But we about to find out, nigga!
Let's go to a music video real quick.
I'm waiting on this call,
I called
baby.
and said they was gonna call back. Why you being so
Let's go to a
scared?
music video real
Why you
quick.
being scared?
Because I don't know who might be watching tonight.
Oh, by the way, it was a female.
I know, I heard. That's why I let him go to my other video.
How did you hear, nigga? It was on my
Nigga, I
headphones.
got good hearing, nigga.
Oh, there we go. Thank you so much.
Y'all
for calling
niggas.
Hello? Hello? Hello, how are you? Welcome to At the Bar Radio.
I love this show. I just want to say that, well, first of all, how y'all doing tonight?
We are good.
We doing alright right now.
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
I don't want to tell y'all just yet. I want to guess.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Do you know anybody on the panel?
Man.
Do you know anybody on this panel?
Anyway, I want to be a guest on this show one day. I love this show.
When you want to come on?
What?
When do you want to come on?
Very soon.
Alright, I got 2 guest books for the next 2 weeks, and then the first week of January, you are more than welcome to be a live in studio guest.
Right, we can start off 2021.
We need some information first.
Anyway, this is going to be a phone word. I'm just calling.
Oh, what up? What up?
I love the show.
Y'all gotta stop playing with a nigga like that.
Yo, you. What up, Nani? Yo, I always love that you support the show. Great energy. Yeah, CP3 in here. He's sweating like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't be doing that. Just calling up randomly. You
know
gotta
you
announce
scared
yourself.
him.
You gotta announce yourself
You
first.
scared CP3.
Put a bell on. Put a bell on. Blow a whistle. Do something.
Yo, I so appreciate Nania. She actually got one of the At the Bar shirts. She actually watches the show. She actually comments on the show, and she actually supports the show.
Thank you.
And she
Thank
does
you
that,
so
you know,
much.
when she ain't working, and she always gives us a shout out. And even she has one of those people that even if she misses the show, she'll go back and watch it. So we appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much.
Make me pour another drink messing with you.
Y'all bring it to the table. I mean, it's refreshing to see a bunch of new artists. And, I'm rushing home. I said, I can rush 12 hours today. I'm glad y'all alive, so I can catch some of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, y'all have a good night, and I'm still watching. I'm still be watching.
Oh, we appreciate you so much. Hey, on the realness, Nania's an artist, dope artist, and a great person in general.
Yep.
And also she's from New York too, so I'm biased.
Right. Of course you are.
I'm very biased to New York.
Something wrong with all y'all.
Exactly.
Like something wrong with him.
Like something ain't wrong with you.
We all in the same game.
But I appreciate you so much for supporting the show, and I ain't even embarrassed to tell you that. One time I was going through something, and I told Nania, and she came by and was like, well, I know you're going through something, and they put me a whole box of food. Like that's the type of person she is. Like,
With no liquor involved either.
there was no liquor.
I mean, I heard
You
food.
was here when she brought the food.
Yeah, I heard. It might have been a bottle,
You
a little
double
flask
check.
or something slid in there.
You
You
was
know,
gonna get mad you ain't share the liquor.
I damn sure was, you selfish bastard.
Yeah, I gotta be something. but
Hopefully we can pop some bottles in 2020 and
oh, definitely we
Right,
gonna pop some
yes,
bottles, and
yes.
we'll order a pizza when you come through the show, because I know you're a pizza lover.
Oh, perfect. Good liquor.
And we definitely want to talk, because
shout out to Renegade, man, because regardless, I'm so glad to see him doing numbers and getting the recognition
Well,
out there,
I would say like this, like,
and also outside of DMV. So, personally, I love that. I love his music. So
the thing about it is, and what we love about you as being a genuine person is, there are people who've known me for over 20 years, and I have to ask them to comment or when they gave video. I didn't even ask you. You just saw the video. You just liked and commented, and we appreciate it, because that's genuine.
Yep.
I got family members that'll ask me for money, but then I'll be like, yo, did you comment on Renegade video? They be like, oh yeah, I forgot.
So they catch the backhand or the forehand, baby.
as an artist, I go through that as well. And sometimes I found that the people sometimes are the least likely to support.
Yep.
True.
That's true.
Don't get me started.
Go out there, and it can be discouraging, but when you step out there and people from the outside, I think it's not a bad thing, because when you see the type of recognition and the numbers he's doing, and people from all over are watching, that kind of gauges where you're at. Because if your family and friends are always the ones loving and liking your stuff, you really don't know where you stand. It could just be
That's true.
oh, this is Nanya, so we're gonna like it. But when the real world listens to your music and they say it's whack, then you got something to worry about.
Right.
He's doing numbers out there,
Yeah.
So it's really real, And for me, like, I'll leave the comments to people for support. Say keep doing your thing. Because I don't want to. If I don't like it, I don't like it.
Right.
But I really like this stuff. I really like the material, the energy, and so I just keep it real. And, I'm glad to see that he's pushing and doing the thing. It's hot. I was dancing to go. I'm like,
It's the Ebola, not the Corona.
I think sometimes that's what it is. I used to feel that way as an artist. I say, man, you could support me a little bit
Right.
in what I'm doing, but then, I see people from when you start looking at the different demographics and the people who really was paying attention, I'm like, damn, I saw the Philippines, I saw people all over that were enjoying my sound. So, you know, it it'll come from where it's supposed to come from eventually. Because I think he's talented, and it's new to fresh ears. So
Well,
still got a long way to go.
definitely.
More ears. Yeah.
I can't wait for you when you ready to come sit down and to have this interview and we can talk about all. See, I don't even want to spoil it, so we can definitely talk about all the stuff that you do because you do something that's very beneficial to other people and your grind and your struggle and I don't even want to hint to your story because it's one of those conversations that really takes the whole show.
It surely does. It would. I'll wrap it up, to give you a summarized version.
Okay.
But, I just want to congratulate you. I really enjoy the show because you do bring a lot of fresh new music and people I love that you're supporting the black-owned businesses, all these new people that you're bringing out. It's interesting, It's not what everybody else is doing, so.
We don't want to do.
Who you got next? Because that's always somebody new that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
And then some of the ones, like your upcoming artists that you have, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to watching that one too.
Definitely. Yeah, because we got the funny thing is we got Don Napper, who's the manager of a go-go man SRB. He's coming on the 20th, and then my homegirl and your homegirl Tamika Joy is coming on the 27th. Who I've interviewed several times, but this time she's not just coming on as an artist, but now she's coming on as a co-author of a book. And yeah, she's always got good energy, and she's always doing things for not just herself, but for kids and for the youth. And I really freak with that. Like it's one the easiest thing is to put yourself on. The hardest thing is to give back.
Yeah.
So, but we
I'm getting a lot of feedback on my phone for some reason.
it's probably because your phone is allergic to CP3.
Why gotta be me?
I got both playing. I got you on the computer and the phone.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Right.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for bringing this new artistry out. I'm loving it. So.
Well, thank you for supporting us.
I know you watching, John. I know you're there.
He's watching. He calls you an avid pizza lover, and he wanted me to give some secrets away. But I'm gonna let y'all read that in the comments because it's something we're gonna save for when we do the interview and stuff like that. So and the thing about it is shout out. Me and Jamel go back 20-something years. He's a dope artist, dope DJ. Been grinding with him. And shout out to my man, also Black Score. Me and him go back there in 20. Damn, how the fuck I know everybody some 20-something years? Me and him go back 20-something years. Boston Common Mall, store 519. I was at KB Toys and he was working at the game joint upstairs. And we always just had a good bond. And we always support. I've been blessed to have people that I actually say that supported me and held me down for this long.
Some nice ladies.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun at Boston College.
Yeah, it was some nice ladies out there.
It was like, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to flashback.
Right.
You want to go to the bathroom?
No, I can do that after the show. No, but yeah, I had some good time. I didn't go out there that often because me and Northern Virginia don't get along. But I met some interesting young ladies.
Did.
Oh yeah.
But we love the support and callers.
Yeah. Yo, the funny thing is, it don't matter who called. This nigga get nervous like shit.
Because man, y'all be trying
to. Female's voice.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's some bullshit.
And then she said, I let y'all figure it out. I was like, ooh.
I was like, oh no, I gotta go through my Rolodex and see my Holodex and see who called.
Your Holodex?
My Holodex.
Wow. Terrible.
Yo, he started sweating like shit. Yo, he took another drink like a motherfucker.
I took another drink because I was like, oh, I heard
Jocelyn at that point, he was so nervous.
I had to
He
brace
was about to grab the moonshine.
I had to brace myself. I didn't know what was about to happen
You
next,
said
man.
you was about to be on Maury. That's what it was. That's what you thought.
You
I
are,
told
you
you.
may be or could be the father.
I'm doing my taxes for 18 to 19, so this will be the prime time.
Why you waiting so long? Why
Because
is it so long?
got 3 years before they start messing with you.
Whatever, Dr. Deadbeat.
I take care of my seeds.
Deadbeat. That is so real.
I take care of my seeds if I know I got them.
If I know I got it. Wow. That's why you ducking calls.
Huh? I don't know if I would answer the phone.
So we were talking about this off the air. We were talking about Kelly Clarkson's husband filed for spousal support. So I was, let me break this down. So I was talking to some women at my job, and we were talking about, Kelly Clarkson's husband filed for spousal support, and they felt that was wrong, but if the roles were reversed, they felt
it was cool.
right.
Justified.
it was right. And I was just like, well, you're kind of wrong. And I explained this to him, and I was just like, well, if you live a certain lifestyle, and I've given up everything to live that particular lifestyle, and then you want me to go back to my one-room shack, which is the Acura, that's a lot. Just because you don't love me no more.
You go both ways, baby.
You may not love me, but I may love the lifestyle. And I was like, as a man, we would have to give you, support. And would it be fair, as a man, to ask for it? Because Mary J. Blige went through the same thing. Like, her husband was her manager.
Yeah.
But
he was getting paid as a manager.
He was getting paid as a manager.
Yeah, the salary.
But basically, when they get divorced, he's unemployed.
But my thing is, if he was just her manager and she chose to fire him, I really feel like the Mary J. Blige situation
is a little bit different.
It's different.
Okay.
And I felt like that day he was just being like.
One I wanted to talk about this because it's one thing for me and CB3 to talk about this because we're biased.
Because I told a female that I was dealing with that made six figures when she did end up in that situation that if things don't work out, I'm taking you for child support. I'm letting you know that now.
What? Okay.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be 50-50. It's supposed to be equality.
So, because we know how you already feel, y'all want to hear my take on it?
Sure.
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. So first of all, the reason why your coworkers felt the way that they felt is because for years, for generations, we have looked at the man to be the provider. So that is the reason why a lot of women feel, and some men, there are some men who would never take a woman to court for child support or spousal support because they feel that they should be the provider, not the other way around. So that's that, okay? Sure. I personally feel spousal support has been, it's began to assist people who were in situations where the two of you decided that one person should work, the other person should stay home or take care of the house or whatever the case may be. And then if you decide you don't love me anymore, that's wrong. Now I've sacrificed, my career for this marriage. So, in a sense, that's where most of the time you would get spousal support so that you won't just leave that person high and dry. With that said, with that thought process, if in fact I make it rich, right? I'm rich, and my husband stays home with the children, and that was a decision that we made. Okay, if he took care of the children, the house, and everything, and he takes me to court for spousal support, I probably would be upset. However, that would be right for me to give him spousal support. On top of that, if we made that decision, but I'm still paying for a nanny, a chef, a housekeeper, and some more, what do I need to pay you spousal support? You ain't doing what we agreed upon anyway. You ain't doing that.
Yeah, I understand.
So I really don't agree with spousal support for anybody, real talk. And I know that that's probably an unpopular belief. But
I mean, the thing about this, and you made a very good point is, like, Don't y'all spouses put if I got a chef, a nanny, and all this other shit that I'm
That's
paying for?
doing something.
Like, get a fucking job at this point.
But
Like, you can nigga Uber.
Yeah, I'ma still take care of home. I had that situation where my lady made more than me, and I was, situation came was she was pregnant, but she lived in another state, and I was trying to transfer jobs, but it wasn't looking good at the point. So, I told her I don't have a problem being a, stay-at-home dad, so to speak, but if things don't work out and I give up my career to do this, you're
Are
going.
you a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home thug?
Kind of both. I look at the little nigga, be like,
you gonna have a baby in the carrier on the block.
He gonna know. He gonna listen. He gonna
Then he
know.
gonna have a water gun and he gonna have a real gun. The water gun gonna be in the diaper. His other gun gonna be on his
He
hip.
gonna learn from a young age. Damn it, these streets is rough,
You
baby.
gonna have the baby in a wife beater and a beanie.
Hey, he gotta learn. He gotta learn to attire, baby.
But I look at spousal support. If you okay, so my career is HR and recruiting, so you gotta understand my thought process. Spousal support is like unemployment. You no longer have this particular job. You've been separated from your source of income.
Excuse me. I'm
But
so sorry.
to not leave you high and dry because you were laid off, they're gonna give you unemployment. That's a benefit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But if you wasn't doing your job at all and you actually get fired for a legit reason, you don't get unemployment. Right? So if you weren't doing that stuff anyway that we agreed upon, what you getting spousal support for?
Well,
Because you
it's great.
gave the effort.
Well,
It's the
You know what I love about
this.
this show though? Like when you read the comments, like motherfuckers, I love when people engage in the comments. So shout out to Black Spoke. He's very engaged tonight.
Yes.
He was like, "Yo, K-Fed hit Brittany ass up for
You
child support."
goddamn
But
right. I was
and
trying to
spousal
get
support,
nigga. I was trying to get
K-Fed
Brittany
took
there.
them he was taking care of them kids.
He was a backup dancer at first. He was working for.
Yeah, I was looking for Brittany my damn self when she was going through them hard
I
times.
bet you was.
She shaved her head.
You
I was
probably
like,
would've
whatever.
shaved their head when you shaved
He
your
was
head.
like,
I
"Go
told you
corn."
that I got conflicted when I had a young lady
you
with.
gotta shave your head out, corn roller for you. That's what you do.
I do shampoo that motherfucker and everything. I got conflicted when I had my first female.
But
that
I
had
feel
short
like,
hair.
I don't care who you are, male or female. I mean, I grew up a tomboy, so a lot of times I don't look at the gender roles per se. But I feel like male or female, I really don't agree with spousal support unless you legit had to put your career on hold
You gotta
to
get
take
paid,
care
baby.
of the family and the home. That
Yeah.
was a decision that you both made. Not because you were just lazy,
$1 bill, y'all.
and then y'all got nannies and all that stuff, and you really ain't doing nothing. You just sitting on your butt all day. No, you was a freeloader. That's why they getting rid of you.
But that's how some marriages
See,
are built.
see,
though.
agree.
but
Would you
that's
be a
my thing,
freeloader
it's not
for
I said it already. I be a stay-at-home dad. She come home, dinner be ready, clothes be
But
washed.
that ain't a freeloader. You doing what you supposed to
Then
do.
I mean, I don't ever see myself as a freeloader. If I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dude and not have to work and be taken care of, I'm gonna take care of her and take care of the house. I ain't
then
gonna.
you lick her feet?
Then you would deserve spousal
I don't do
support.
feet. I lick it from her neck to her ankles. That's about it. I don't do feet.
So you gonna be licking on her ankle?
You gonna
Okay, I hit the
lick
ankle.
you gonna hold on, wait a minute. So you lick her ankle,
I won't lick her
but
feet.
you're not gonna lick her feet.
But you said between
But you're
the
already
head
down
and
there,
the
man.
ankle. Hold on.
Yeah.
You said between the head and the ankle,
Yeah,
right?
I tried the feet before. I ain't like it.
So you gonna let never mind. Cause it's something
But
in
I ain't gonna
between
end
the
it.
head
Yeah,
and the
I ain't
ankle.
gonna end it.
But
But
I'm like,
I'm
you
not
gonna
gonna
lick
make it.
that, but not the.
I'm not gonna make it to the ankle. That's the whole problem. That's the whole thing.
You,
gonna
that's
lick
not what you
between
just
the head
advertised,
and
nigga.
But no,
the
that's what I'm
ankle.
saying. By the time I do what
That's
I
not
do,
what you
it's not
just
gonna.
advertised.
No,
Let's
I mean-
go there. Let's go there.
Okay.
Between the head and the ankle, right?
okay.
Everything in between there.
Yeah, fresh out the shower.
Everything?
Fresh out the shower. Yeah,
But you're not gonna suck a toe.
I can't do the toes.
So you can lick everything, and I do mean everything.
Fresh out the shower is fair game, baby.
So you licking armpits too?
If she likes
Because I
it,
know
because
you thought I
mostly
was
it's
talking
shaved.
about the booty, but
I mean, hey, fresh out the shower, baby. I wash that ass. I lick that ass.
So hold on.
but not the toes.
So
not
you
gonna
would
wash
lick
the
her
feet.
ass, but you ain't gonna lick her feet.
No, I can't do it.
Even if you wash the feet.
I still couldn't do it. I did it. I tried it. Like I said, they say don't knock it till you tried it. I tried it once. I did not
So
like it.
you
know what I love about this
licked
show?
the entire body.
You know,
before.
Lady Anthony, you
Yeah.
ever notice every show that we get another confession from CP3?
Hey, man.
Yo, we gotta bring more liquor because this nigga's
And
talking
It's been 2
Every
weeks, baby.
week it's bad, and you think you you know a person.
Oh,
I sit up
I
here.
I got
with
layers,
this
baby. I got
every
layers.
week, and you come up with. I have known you now for over 10 years, and
you find
still-
something new every show.
I told you, I work with folks for 20 years that know my real name.
Okay, but I knew your real name, so that had nothing to do with
So that explains the rest of the mystery, damn it.
Let me tell you.
My man said, you said, give me the pork butt, but no pork feet.
I can't do the feet, dog. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. I can't do
Yeah,
the
I'm
feet.
like
The feet are the least of your worries.
I'll rub the feet, but I can't lick the feet.
You won't kiss the big toe?
No.
You won't suck
You
the
want
big
to
toe?
kiss the toe? Wait a minute.
Okay.
But you gonna put your whole tongue on? You know what? No.
Fresh out the shower, man. It's all green light,
So
baby.
he said the pork, but he gonna eat the chitlins.
He going to chitlins.
I do still eat
Okay.
chitlins,
He eat
damn it.
chitlins, but he
Wait,
eat
wait,
big
whoa,
feet.
whoa, whoa, whoa! You eat chitlins?
Yes, I do.
But
But
you
you
won't
eat-
make a fight?
You got
You eat
that
chitlins,
right.
but you eat big feet.
I draw the line at fig,
I'm
yeah.
done. I'm done.
I do eat pig feet. I just
All
want to
right,
make
so
it.
you can eat pig feet, but you can't kiss
That
a
shit is
human
delicious.
foot.
That shit is delicious. What's the what's the hot sauce and
You could
vinegar?
never been a Muslim.
I told you the last. I was Muslim for a while, but it was a struggle.
Nigga, it was a while. 3 hours?
No, it was like 3 months.
Nigga.
I studied. I
You the
studied
type of
this.
nigga to go to the mosque with pork rinds.
Hey man, it was in my back pocket, baby.
See,
I told you between swine
you
and
can
white,
mosque and go right.
between swine and white women, baby, it ain't last, man.
Lady
Sorry.
answer that. He said, between swine and white women.
Couldn't
The
do
two things you can't have is a Muslim.
It just didn't take.
Like, damn, nigga, that's
I
like
studied
saying,
though. I studied though.
that's like saying,
But for what?
dog,
I was trying to experience the
that's like
other
saying,
culture.
the only reason I went to jail is because I murdered somebody. Like,
Hey, I ain't gonna do the time if I ain't do the crime, baby.
you.
I'm mad that he said he eat chitlins and pig feet, but you won't kiss your girl foot.
Yo, I've never had chitlins. I've never had
That
chitlins.
shit is delicious.
I never had
baby.
chitlins, and I never had pig feet.
Who wants to eat that? But you can't
Have you
kiss
had it
a
before?
big toe. I've never eaten
I-
pig
I-
feet. I ate
honestly-
chitlins when I was little.
Wait a minute. To answer your question, obviously CP3.
I just can't do feet. I tried it.
But you can do pig feet.
You can
That's
do hoofs.
That shit is delicious.
Nigga, you can do a hoof. Nigga, you can do a
That
hoof.
shit is, man.
Nigga, you can do human
All
feet, but you
right,
can do
hold
a
up.
hoof.
Anybody that eat pig feet and chillin', tell them how bomb that. Call in now. Let them know how bomb it is with some hot sauce, some vinegar, with a nice adult beverage, man.
Hey,
Bruh.
Alicia, you know how to cook some pig feet? Because we got a nigga in here that's dying.
Hey, man, pig, man.
She don't eat that.
That's cool.
You ain't gotta eat it, but
One
he,
of my exes used to cook that.
obviously
ham
one of
hocks.
us in this room will.
Yeah, ham hocks and shit, man. Come on, bruh.
So you ate chitlins?
Yeah, nah, I still eat chillin'.
You still
lick- hold on,
you
he-
still eat slave food?
You goddamn right,
He
bastard.
lick human booty, eat chitlins, eat pig feet, but won't kiss a big toe.
I draw the line. I have standards.
What are they? What?
They vary.
Somebody just put, you the type of nigga to order a cheeseburger and say, hold the cheese.
You got that? Hey, you right, bro. I called her a bacon cheeseburger, tell them no cheese, nigga. You ain't never lied, bro.
You proud? Why you proud of this?
Because that's what I do. I love you, man. I love you, whoever said that. That's exactly the shit I do, man. You feel me, man. I appreciate that, man. I feel the connection. I don't know who you are, but I feel the connection right
Nigga like,
now.
yo, hold the bun, hold the lettuce.
Let me get extra bacon, no cheese,
Let me
lettuce,
get-
tomato, and pickle.
Let
Nigga.
me get no cheese,
No
bacon.
bun.
Let me get a patty and some bacon on it.
Wrap it up in some extra bacon. No bun.
Put
Let
it
me
in the
get
pita
a
roll.
paper plate and just a patty and bacon.
That's that shit I do. I be at McDonald's. Let me get a double cheeseburger, hold the
You know,
cheese.
I don't work at McDonald's. I be like, nigga, you just gonna get this whole sandwich. Nigga, this ain't Burger. I'll be that one person. I'm like, nigga, this ain't Burger King. You don't get your way.
He said he ordered a double cheeseburger.
Said hold the cheese. They look at me like, what? I'm like, yeah, double cheeseburger,
How you
hold the
gonna
cheese.
order a double cheeseburger but say hold the cheese?
Oh, double hamburger self.
Hey,
What
man.
type of individual are you? Yo, something really wrong with you, son.
I
Like-
told you I'm the type of nigga
Like,
that
you,
did
you ever heard that song called Highway to Hell? Nigga, you on the fast train to hell.
Told you
Like
nigga, I'm
dog,
different.
you were on a jet plane with gasoline leaking falling from the sky to hell. Like the shit you say is just ridiculous at
But
times.
that's the truth, though. I
It's
ain't
not the
lying.
highway to hell. It's Audubon.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just speaking the
Audubon.
truth.
Are you happy that the Mac rib is back?
Hell yeah, that should be bomb.
Oh, you nasty bastard.
Man, the
He
barbecue
tell
sauce and the
them to
bun.
hold the bun.
I extra sauce,
would
baby.
you,
I'm
would
sure
you,
you
would,
do.
would you lick the Mac rib sauce off a girl's breast?
Hell yeah,
You
nigga.
you
probably
lick it off
have,
her
you
toe?
pervert.
Hey, it's been 8 years since the McRib been out, man.
But wait, you gonna lick the sauce off her toe?
No.
See?
Lady
I
answer
let
that.
my
Lady
dog
answer that.
lick
This
it
nigga just gave a date. He's,
Because I saw it online.
wait a minute. You ain't gonna bypass that shit.
That's actually fact.
Yo, he said it, and he said it confidently.
Because the
He was like,
McRib be
it's been
bomb.
8 years since the McRib been out.
I saw it on the internet the other day.
I
It
feel
was
like
coming
it
back out.
hasn't been 8 years.
I feel
That's
like
what
it
he
hasn't been
said.
8 years neither,
That's what the internet said. It said it's been 8 years since it's been out.
but I don't know, because I don't eat the
I could
McRib.
have swore it was like out last year or the year before.
I don't remember
No,
that.
but it is.
I've been feeling for the McRib.
I feel like it come out
That
every year.
McRib remind me of the old sandwich at lunch we used to get.
Yeah,
back
Yeah,
then.
whatever,
cool.
nigga.
It
Yeah,
is
it
the same
do.
thing.
It's the same. Exactly. That's why I remember like the
So-
old pizza. You know the old pizza
Yes.
kind. I used to love
Squeeze
pizza.
that
joint.
rectangle
Yeah, the
pizza.
rectangle joint. I throw some ketchup on that motherfucker. Man.
Alright, you know what CP3 is?
We having a munchie moment, nigga. Leave me alone.
CP3.
He's so fat.
Because some of your comments, I need to go play some video.
All right, nigga. I gotta get to the platter again.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck to say at this point. Nigga, I'm just gonna play some videos.
I told you. It's been 2 weeks, nigga.
I'm
I'm
playing
that
all
What's
the
hard
your
shit.
voice? Every time you drink, I told you.
Man, that's my pimp voice,
No,
baby. Leave me
no.
alone.
It really was speaking out when he said that.
Yo, why is he talking with his pinky
Because I
out?
told you that's when it get real. When the piggy come out, babe. Oh, y'all just watching. Y'all know when the piggy come out. That's when it get real. Let them know, man.
All this nigga need is bell bottoms and a pimp cup.
Hey, man, I got my hat in the car,
I
nigga.
know he was gonna say. That. I know he was gonna say.
You know what?
He need a pinky ring. That's what
You
he
the type of dude that has
I had to sold my
cornrows.
other one.
You the type of dude that has cornrows and Hennessy.
No, cornrows and Remy, nigga, Remy.
with a fur.
Oh, you fancy,
You
nigga.
damn right. I like my
With
cognac
a
aged.
fur
With a fur.
and a beater.
It was
Nigga.
dog fur.
What type of
I
fur
got
did you have? Did you have cat
Rottweiler.
hair?
I got it. I got it from Goodwill, nigga. It was cold. It was dog fur. Said it was.
You got
It said it was
Rottweiler.
Chihuahua.
Look, nigga, I'm about to play some videos because it's very few times that I have a loss for words. Nigga, I gotta gather my thoughts on some of the
It
shit
was
you just
Chihuahua,
said.
nigga.
Between the McRib,
I was fly.
the anus, and the pig intestines.
Hey, man.
I'm about to, I just need I need another drink.
I look it from the rooter to the tutor. Bang, 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 bang. Old
You know
reference.
what?
If you don't know who that is, you shouldn't be watching this show right now.
You know what? We just go on the video. Let me mute these mics.
Right. ASAP.
We'll be back.
Man, that was a funny exchange. God damn, we got 120. We got 112 comments on this bitch.
He about to touch the whole. Oh my God! He about to fall over everything.
Are you good, nigga?
No, he not. Did you hear the voice? I'm straight. Terrible. I'm surprised he ain't staying here for this song. I'm surprised you ain't staying here for this song. It's one of them booty bouncer songs.
You can barely walk. You can't even. You's a bitch. I'm gonna be like Riley when I grow up. Dog, you was scared as shit when that phone rang, nigga. Your face is every time the phone rings, nigga, your look is so fucking funny. You be like, who the fuck is this? Because I feel like my parents trying to catch up with me, nigga. Dog, shit. It's a funny thing. It'll never be for you. I know, but it's just the thought that it could be, nigga. I done some things. I didn't even catch Nadia's voice when she called. I was like, oh, shit, that's right. Yes, you did, nigga. You just wanted to scare me, nigga. I did it. Go, go. It's curable.
bullshit. There comes the bullshit. We good to go, baby?
Yeah.
Hey, we back, baby. That's how we do. Sometimes we have technical difficulties. But you know, that's what it is when it's live, baby.
You done.
No.
So when did you gotta stop? You gotta stop doing CP3?
What's that is?
Announcing we got technical difficulties.
I always do it over our show. I just like, yeah, I know we messing up, so just bear with us. I'm talking about on my feet, because I had my feet messed
Oh
up.
yeah, you start messing up.
And you know what? Don't
you
be
know
talking
the
about.
reason why
That's
you
why I'm
be
speaking.
messing
I'm speaking for. I'm not speaking for his feet. So excuse me if you think I'm speaking for his feet. I'm speaking for my feet. I'm sorry.
You be messing up, you know.
Sometimes I have technical difficulties.
Yo.
My processor active.
So, shout out to King Caliber. He just celebrated a birthday couple. Shout out to Jay-Z. Jay-Z actually just celebrated a birthday recently too also.
50th, I believe, isn't it?
The nigga been 50 for like 6 years now.
Hey man, when you're rich, you can do that, baby.
Well, I've been 25 for a long time.
See, and she not even
I ain't
rich.
rich.
See, but she still do it though. That is actually one of the few artists that I do look up to for his business acumen, from being able to, you know, go from the streets and doing what he was doing to
I mean,
transfer that into the business acumen and become successful at doing it. That's kind of the, you know, path that I'm trying to be on myself.
All right.
You know, trying to take the things I learned in the street and put it in the business aspect and become a good
What do you think?
businessman.
so shout out to the scammer people that are out this holiday season. First of all, you just text me. Your number is 1-803-918-4336. My fucking name ain't Amelia, you dipshit. And you said I want an Apple laptop. So really, it's not an Apple laptop. It's called a MacBook.
Bro, I get so many texts from Netflix and
then
all types of shit.
and I there's nothing Amelia about me. There's nothing Earhart about me. Yes, I will literally slap fire out your fucking ass.
You ever talk to telemarketers? You ever talk
I'll
to
curse them out when they actually call.
No, I don't curse them out. I play with them.
Me too.
I be having fun with them, man.
I be like, yo, why you calling me? And they be like, oh, well, press 1. I was like, no, I want to press 1. No, you gonna get this work. I feel like Loaded Lux. I be like, you gonna get this work.
I'm like, I'm really interested in what you're selling right now.
No,
Tell me more.
I don't even tell like I'm interested. I just like curse. I like, yo, let me put your supervisor on. Somebody gonna get this work.
Oh
That's
man,
rude.
I like to
I'm like,
have fun.
no.
I like to have fun with
And
them
they start to no.
because they know. Because when they
You
try
know,
to
but
call,
then, you know, I get rude because I be like, yo, you know, you should go play in traffic. I make them say shit that I make them say shit they want to hang up on me, but they can't because the call is being recorded.
That's
so,
why I had
It
a
ain't really being
sarcastic
recorded
fun.
for them scammers. Huh?
So the funny thing is, one year I actually did one of those, what's up shit's called? Not resorts, but they,
A timeshare?
yeah, timeshare joint. Then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this shit. So I was like, it was 30 days. So 2 weeks later, I was like, I just changed my mind. And the lady was like, well, I don't think we can give your money back because you changed your mind. I was like, oh, it's not been 30 days. I was like, you will give. I said, let me tell you something. I cussed her out. I called her all types of names. Then I was like, after I called her every name in the book, I was like, now I want to talk to your manager. And by the time the manager got on the phone with me, she was like, yeah, I'm going to recommend that we never call you again. I was like, look, just give me my fucking money. I don't give a
I
fuck.
thought you were going to be upset about that, but
Oh my God.
I got my own story about timeshare. That's another sticky
so
subject.
do I.
I bet you do. How much time do you share?
He shares a lot of his time.
Yeah, I was, you know, in a relationship, trying to do it for the relationship. You know,
Oh,
man.
so she has you whipped to
You
nothing
said
at
you
the time?
know what?
Massa nothing.
I'm familiar.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Master.
yeah. I went out there and got one. Of them
Nigga, did
things.
you say massa nut or massa nut?
Both? I was trying to do both,
Mm-hmm.
but
Wait, you bought one?
yeah,
Oh, I think I remember you saying.
yeah. I
you
bought a
went to
joint.
Master.
Then I found out the shit wasn't gonna work. Me and her broke up. I ain't never paid them motherfuckers
Oh man, you know what? If I had tears, if I had a tear, I could almost cry.
Nah,
for you.
cause peep this. I
Did
was
you
saving
ever
for.
even go?
Actually, I was supposed to use. We were supposed to use the free complimentary weekend for the upgrade or whatever. She had something coming at the last minute. We couldn't go. And
And you didn't take another girl, huh?
I was trying to be a good boyfriend at that.
Oh, you were trying.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I was in a relationship where I was trying to do right, and I did too much trying to overcompensate for the
You know,
past stuff that I
when
had
you say
done.
them things like when you say the words like I'm
I
trying,
was trying.
I was.
I'd be so proud of you.
It was a struggle,
And then
brother.
he say something to let you down.
And you be like, yeah, you know, I fucked her enemy and her sister.
But I did not her. I didn't. I was
Oh.
good. I
I'm
didn't.
sure you did something.
No, I actually sucked up a lot of bullshit.
I thought you were about to say
You
something.
know.
I just said, I actually sucked a lot of ass.
You probably did. You probably did. Look at his face. Look at his face. He probably did.
We did take a lot
Because
of
you're
shots.
nasty.
I'm
We
saying.
know this
I
already.
mean, yeah. So I
Pig
mean,
butt.
I'm
We
not,
know you nasty.
I ain't say that for eating no pig,
chitlin
but
ass
You
nigga.
Hey.
do eat pig butt.
No.
chitlin is
chitlin ass
intestines,
nigga.
lad. It's not
You
the pig.
you
butt.
eat the butt too.
You a
Who said
chitlin.
I eat the butt?
You do. You eat the ham hocks
So-
and everything else. don't you?
So the CP3 stands for chitlin person 3.
But
Man,
that
look.
P stand for something
Man,
else.
look. I came up eating chitlins as I was a kid. I had to sit in my grandmother's house as she cleaned them funky joints all day with no.
Lick your lips.
I mean, I didn't. No. That smell, you just like I did. That shit stink. But then when you smell them
But
cooking,
you eat it.
but because it's good. I'm sorry.
But how you know licking feet ain't gonna be good?
Because I tried it. I
It
didn't
might
like
be that
it.
one girl.
I don't understand how you can eat chitlins but not lick feet at this point in my life.
Because I just didn't.
Like
wasn't-
if you'd have came to me and said I never ate chitlins and I never licked toes, I'd be like, okay,
Right.
I can believe you.
Right.
But nigga, once you ate chitlins, you damn near ate dirt.
But he didn't say I ate chitlins. I like them.
I
They're
love-
good.
I
think said I
They're
love-
I love
delicious.
chips. Yes, they are. But I could not
And
lick
pig
feet. Hey, with some
But
hot
human
sauce and some
feet,
vinegar.
You can't even put your mouth on.
No, I could massage the hell out of them. I put lotion on them
And he probably,
motherfuckers.
but would you massage your pig's feet?
No, I'm eating that shit quick.
See?
But I just can't. I mean, like I said, I tried. I was one of those dudes that said he would never go down on a woman when I was younger. I had that ignorant attitude. Now,
Nigga, you went down on a chitlin.
finger looking good, baby. Finger looking good. Bitch.
Wait.
Nigga, you went down on a chitlin.
Hey, nigga, I was about to say, nigga, call me a cannibal.
You a cannibal?
Yeah.
Cause you a pig?
No. For
What
other
you
reasons.
Nigga. When you watch Space Jam and Porky Pig had a girlfriend, you was like, tasty.
Right.
That bitch, she gone.
See?
Never seen her again.
Oh, pork chop ass nigga.
Man, that's my fried pork chops, a bomb, baby.
So when he say that them some good ham hocks,
Oh, he really mean it.
I mean, on all levels, baby. I mean, she can get down in the kitchen and she can get down in the bow chicken wow wow.
oh my goodness,
Oh, man.
this is so disturbing.
Somebody
Hey.
save this show, please.
I'm just saying, man. I'm a
If
real
any reverends out there, please call in so we can
Wait,
pray for
wasn't
CP3.
this
He got more-
food? Oh my gosh, he likes this.
He probably got more sins than I got.
Who?
The pastor, you tell him to call in.
Oh, yeah.
You need the exorcism.
Yeah.
For what? I know who I am. I'm
Nigga,
good.
your
He
head
said,
is.
I know who I am, says all demons. Like, what do you mean?
You a chitlin demon.
They know who they are.
Hey,
What
look,
do you mean?
look. Y'all can hate on
Somebody say you probably
chitlins.
got hot sauce in your bag right now.
Hey, look,
I went to the carry out earlier. I did have a little pack of hot sauce in there when I ate something at home early.
my God.
Hey, look.
Mumbo sauce and chitlins?
I wish I had some mumbo
He had
sauce.
the spicy
You would do mumbo
mumbo
sauce and chitlins?
He
Nah,
had
I
the
can't do mumbo
spicy
sauce.
mumbo sauce.
Nah, I can't do the mumbo sauce on chitlins. I
Oh,
never tried.
man.
But man, look. I know a lot of folks out there now faking like they hate chitlins because they ate them when they was a kid and they want it because it's the end thing that
Nigga, I
y'all
just
know
said
when
no.
y'all get a chance. When y'all go, y'all get some chillins and y'all be in y'all little cubby hole. Y'all punish them joints. Y'all know y'all do.
Who does that?
Those folks
Who
that's in denial.
hides the chitlins?
Because folks in denial.
I don't know.
You know,
anybody.
you know,
You
you know,
either like them or you don't.
you
The
know-
people I know who eat them.
You know,
they admit it.
rest in peace to GOP, but he would say, CP3, why you still eating slave food?
I know he hate that shit, but bruh, I'm sorry. What's good is
Chitlins
good.
and pig feet.
I'm sorry. What's good is good. Some folks eat squid and octopus.
Yeah,
I tried it.
honestly,
I didn't like it, but
honestly,
they love it.
Calamari was good.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, the person that I said it was chewy, they said that it wasn't cooked right, which is cool. But I haven't
wasn't,
tried.
it
Yeah,
wasn't.
but I haven't tried it again since then because I had a bad
but you
experience with it.
But you be pig eating this, but you didn't try calamari.
Because that shit been good every time I ate it, baby. Like I say, the hot sauce, the vinegar, bitch. I'm sorry, man.
That nigga said,
Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner with a duck and some chillins, baby. You just-
what?
You ain't never had a duck, bro?
I've never had duck.
Bruh.
So you do realize that you just admitted to eating both Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd
And Porky Pig.
and Porky Pig.
Nigga, you's a Looney Tune
I
killer.
said Elmer Fudd. You right, Porky Pig.
You's a Looney Tune killer.
Man.
Bug, you better run.
Bruh, duck is some
Now when
good
he said
shit,
from the
bro.
rooter to the tutor, he talking about the pig.
Yeah.
You ain't talking about the women.
Yo, dog, you say some wild shit here.
I'm saying, though, man, duck is some good shit, bro. Try
But
some
no,
duck.
my daughter loves duck. But
Duck
she
is
don't
great.
Eat chitlins, though.
I mean,
Um,
most young kids don't eat
You know, I
chitlins.
really had some actual questions, but I don't know where the fuck this show is going at this point.
Man, we talking about the Christmas time. People gonna have ducks. I do want some duck. I might get. Matter of fact, I might get.
I never had duck, though.
Bruh, them joints is good. You gotta have.
I can't trust your word, nigga. You eat chitlins.
Right.
You know
And
what?
pig feet.
Like, nigga.
It help niggas survive in hard times.
Nigga, I ain't in hard times.
Nigga, I am.
I don't know any times that's that hard.
Man, so you never had chitlins before.
I told you when I was little, I ate it like
And you-
probably once.
And did you like it?
No,
Okay, then don't eat it no more. I like it.
I
more.
didn't.
Okay, so
Good. Give me
let's-
some more.
So let's talk about. I actually found the topic.
Oh shit.
Machine Gun Kelly admits that his album, the Eminem killed his rap career.
Well,
So,
am I supposed to feel bad for him?
well, he wants you to.
Oh no, I don't.
But you jumped out there though.
Right, that's what
So,
I'm saying.
so the crazy thing is Eminem didn't even go that hard at it.
Yeah, he didn't.
And I think with Machine Gun Kelly, when he did Rap Devil, it was the video was hard, and it was a good concept. But the thing about it is, if you gonna go at Eminem, you gotta kill him.
I mean, I didn't know who he was until
But-
Eminem did the diss track
Nigga,
after
you
the
know who he
track.
was.
No, I don't know who. I mean,
You-
I
you
heard the
know Wild
name.
Boy?
I heard the
Like all
name.
them people that said they know
No,
who
I
50
heard the
Cent was
name,
until
but I
Jay-Z
never
said
listened to none of his music. Like I know all the names, but I've never actually say, oh well, let me go listen
Wild Boy
to
was
it.
Wild Boy was a hit.
Yeah, I don't. Like,
And he's actually been in some movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is if it's like it's I call it the cannabis complex.
oh boy.
Oh, he was high.
No, I just feel like if you gonna go at the best, you have to beat them.
Oh, you talking about
You can't swing and miss.
cannabis like
The
LL.
rapper.
Yeah.
Okay, got
So I
it.
call it the cannabis complex.
Okay.
Like if you gonna hit them, if you gonna hit the best in the game at the time, you gotta bury them. And if you don't bury them, the repercussions to your career is very severe. Like cannabis.
Where is cannabis?
He does a lot of independent stuff. He formed the Four Horsemen with like Corrupt and some other people, like Rash Crash and stuff like that. But it was never how it was when we first heard cannabis on mixtapes.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
After that battle with
It
LL,
was over.
it was never. If you want to come out the best in the game, whoever's the top dog in the game at that time, and when he came at Eminem was on top. So if you're gonna come at the top dog, if you can't finish them, if you can't Mortal Kombat finish that motherfucker,
Or at least show that you're a good competition.
He
Even
didn't
if
either.
even if you can't 100% destroy them, but the fact that you the one that stepped out there. Am I supposed to feel bad for you? That you brought it on yourself.
I agree, because some of these folks need to get smacked in the mouth sometimes, because they say some stuff that they shouldn't be saying and think they're better than they are because they have folks around that are groupies or
well,
they.
for one, since you don't know, Machine Gun Kelly's white.
I know he's
So
white.
if you're white and you want to go at the greatest white rapper,
That's a bad combination.
Yeah,
You-
because the odds are already against you. Let's be real.
I mean, the
There-
fact
In
that
the
folks
rap
don't.
game,
There
a
are
white
reasons-
guy, the odds are against you.
there are reasons why certain people don't get called out that much.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody.
there are
calls
reasons why
out
people
him.
don't call out Method Man. There are reasons why
They
people.
did recently, and I saw that video. That was bad.
Who called out Melody?
Somebody. Young.
Oh, Joe Budden said at one point, but he got.
No, this was recent. Somebody young.
There are reasons why people don't call out Redman.
Mm-hmm.
There are reasons why people don't call out like Rakim and stuff like that, or even not like after that Jay-Z situation. They'll say Nas, but they'll say that shit quit. And there are reasons for that. And when you call out somebody on that stature, like real talk, you got a good buzz. You got your record sell.
But don't commit lyrical suicide.
But you jump out there and you're not able to finish this person off with your diss. And it don't even matter if if his reply is half-assed. If he replies back and he can make the battle seem like a stalemate, you lost. Because when you jump out there against the best, it's not their job to win, it's your job to put it. You know what I'm saying? It's a championship advantage.
I think he was just being an idiot because at the end of the day, he didn't call out. He didn't go up the ranks. You know what I mean? He just went straight to the top. There's literally a movie loosely based on Eminem's life where he's battle rapping. Notice I said loosely based off of his life. But it's about battle rapping.
So that's true. So my man just asked a comment. He said second round knockout or Ripper the Jack. Ripper the Jack, because the problem with second round knockout is this. He said everything he wanted to say. He had nothing else to say after that. LL literally Rip the Jacker is always, he just took everything that he said and repeated it and just flipped it. But the problem is, at the end of that verse, LL said 99% of your fans don't exist. There is nothing Cannabis can say that. He's like, Cannabis said 99% of your fans wear high heels. And LL reply was, nigga, 99% of your fans don't even exist yet. There was nothing.
There's nothing you can say.
Cannabis
his fans are there, the high heel fans, or because of his appearance.
Yes.
Don't get it twisted.
But LL can really rap. And the thing about this is, one of my recipes to my cousin John, salute mankind forever, we will always say, don't fart before you shit. And Cannabis farted before he shitted on LL. And he allowed LL to piss and shit all over whatever he did. If you want, and it's simple. Like when Jay-Z came out and said, you know what did with you know who. Like, if he would have just said, yo, I fucked your baby moms off of the takeover, the battle be over. He gave Nas enough time to write Ether. That was the greatest mistake of Jay-Z's career.
Indeed.
When you allow people, that nigga, he said, yo, how many Biggie rhymes gonna come out your fat lips? Okay, conversation's done, because niggas been saying that for years.
That's true.
But that's my thing, but everybody steals lines. That's why I'm like, it's nothing
It's not,
new.
no.
Come
It
on,
wasn't
between
No.
samples.
It wasn't
Between
everybody.
phrases.
It wasn't everybody still learned. It was
Jay-Z used to fast rap. He did not.
Hawaiian, Sophie, Jazzo, I know all that.
His entire.
He said he stole the whole persona.
Yes.
And
I can't
when
say he stole.
he did. He did.
That wasn't what he originally was doing. That
Yo,
was,
Most folks switch up in their career.
Jay-Z rhyme like the
It
food
wasn't
stickers.
just, I switched
I remember-
up, but I'm gonna be you. That's
I
what
remember
he did.
Jay-Z, when Jay-Z first came out, he rhymed like the Food Snickers.
He did.
Before the Food Snickers even came out. And the originators, hot song. Even when he was with Original Flavor, hot song. He was still rhyming fast. And then In My Lifetime, and then when he did the Dead President joint.
The whole Reasonable Doubt album changed the game. For
It didn't. Don't say shit. Don't.
To me, it did.
It didn't. I was
me,
alive and I was
You said
listening.
it changed.
Reasonable.
It changed the game for him.
For him,
It did.
It changed. It changed him from. To me, it transitioned him from that speed rapper that was
But
just a
that's-
gimmick with Jazzo to a real lyricist in this game.
It didn't. I'm not,
To me, it did.
Let me explain why I say that.
Uh,
It didn't because when Reasonable Doubt came out, it was a hot album. But it didn't put Jay-Z in an elite category. What put Jay-Z in an elite category is when he did the song with the second album. When he said, well, niggas is arguing where I'm from.
yeah, I
And he
remember
said,
Marcy joint.
niggas, we're from Marcy's son.
Yeah,
And he
that was
said,
one of my favorite
niggas
joints.
is arguing who's the best, Biggie, Jay-Z or not. When he put himself in that equation, that took him to another level. Reasonable Doubt only went gold.
I'm not speaking about on
No,
record
no, no, no,
sales.
no, no. I'm just saying when you state the impact of that particular album, like there was a lot of great albums that came out when that album dropped,
yeah.
and I had all of them.
His competition was great.
Yeah, the competition was great.
And what put Jay-Z on another level, it was really his second album that put him on a different level. Reasonable Doubt is a classic,
Yeah.
but the album that really put him on a second level was it's his second album.
Yeah, My Lifetime was a bomb track. It was a bomb CD too. I listened to that joint on the regular all the time. But to me,
it took him,
Reasonable Doubt.
it took him, like the first single, Sunshine, produced by Babyface. He had Babyface in the chorus. He had Foxy Brown on the hook. That took his record sale. Jay-Z was like, oh, can I match? I could really match a platinum selling artist by only going gold. You know, buck by buck when on my single going gold. Because he wasn't concerned about sales at that particular point. He had even moved. They moved from Priority to Def Jam for distribution by the second album came out, and it was able to give him to a whole nother stream of income because it was the marketing was different.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Priority was a West Coast market.
Yeah, you
Was
felt.
a West Coast
Yeah,
label.
you felt like it was
And-
a arm's reach bullshit.
And it was because at that time they had Jay-Z, they had Christian.
Yeah, Christian
You know.
never amounted to nothing, even though they should have.
They should have, but because Priority didn't have the budget to push them.
Yeah, they didn't know how to.
You gotta think about it. Before Priority had signed NWA, their biggest act was the fucking California Raisins.
Yeah, they didn't know how to market them, and you know.
And then up until when they signed with Jay-Z and they started promoting Jay-Z, Priority was a West Coast company.
Yeah. Ice Cube was affiliated with him when he went solo.
That was Ice Cube and that was NWA's record label.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was their label. And you're right, they're California Raisins.
Yeah.
That was they hot people.
So I mean, that's why I say that the reason why I say that because to me, it brought him out of the shadow of Jazzo, who brought him into it with the speed rapping bullshit.
But I mean,
And he actually put out a decent, above average
He put out
CD
a- I mean,
It
for
was
his
above
first
the
CD.
average, but it didn't take it. Well, I think the difference in the opinion is you're saying that it took him. Yeah, it took him gold. But look at if Jay-Z puts out an album right now that he truly works on, it's not gonna go gold.
But see, my
It's
thing,
going
I
to
don't
His
be
lowest selling
see. I
album.
don't see. I
It's
don't
gonna
look
be
at.
multi-platinum.
His lowest-
But I don't look at record sales as a barometer of how good the
But-
album is.
But you have to add that.
You have to
You have
incorporate
to-
it into it, but
because I'm saying when we talk music, especially at that time, is this his lowest selling album is Reasonable Doubt.
and we also know that most of the realest shit that's said doesn't get the proper pub that it deserves.
That's not my
Who
favorite
told you
Jay-Z
that?
album.
That's the real shit. We
That's
got
not true.
We got plenty of underground artists that should be on the mainstream platform, but because what they're talking about
In my
isn't
lifetime.
mainstream
In my
enough
life-
for the market to hit.
In My Lifetime has one of the realest songs on there. It's like the last song on it called "You Must Love Me."
Yeah, I'm not saying him.
No,
I'm saying other artists.
No. I'm answering the question that you just said. Because if you're saying, well, it's the realest selling, there's been plenty other. Jay-Z has done a lot of popular tracks, but he's done a lot of real tracks
Yeah.
on his albums. The track that really caught my attention on In My Lifetime, it wasn't Sunshine because that was bullshit,
Yeah, I didn't like Sunshine either. I wasn't a big fan.
but it was catchy.
Yeah, it was.
It was something to dance
Um,
to.
There's a song on there called he's talking about basically he went through stuff with his brother and you know he wound up shooting his
When he
brother.
shot his brother, yeah.
Yo, and it was deep. And yeah, Can I Live is a very deep song as well. So, but he's always been speaking truth.
Yeah.
So that hasn't changed.
No.
It's just that the amount of distribution or the amount of people he can reach now has changed because he has greater distribution.
Yeah.
So, as great as good as Reasonable Doubt was, and they say that was Jay-Z's masterpiece. And I really loved Reasonable Doubt, but Volume 2 was just as hard.
I mean, no,
And a lot of people don't talk about that. And here's the thing: we give Reasonable Doubt, or Volume 1, we give Reasonable Doubt a lot of credit. Volume 1 really started putting him in another tax bracket.
Yeah.
It wasn't Reasonable Doubt.
I mean, Volume 1 was a better CD in general. I'm not saying Reasonable Doubt was the best album ever made. I'm just saying
You Must Love Me. That's the name of the song. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So when he where he came from being a gimmick speed rapper with gold fronts that everybody clowning about,
That wasn't a gimmick though. That's how he really.
That's how
rhymed.
exactly.
So
but for him,
I gotta correct you on that because it's not a gimmick. When that's how the Originators was hot, and that's not a gimmick because it really takes talent to rhyme that fast.
I mean, true. I don't mean to discount the
And,
same
and when
gimmick.
and the first time him and Jazz did it, I think they did it before the Foosh niggas and everybody else, or maybe even around that particular time.
Oh, yeah,
like
definitely
only it was a
before.
handful of niggas that could actually rhyme that way. So I don't consider that a gimmick. Like that,
Right.
that's a talent.
True, I could gimmick
That's
isn't
a
the right
talent
word.
that he practiced and worked hard at.
But
Yes.
until he was taken seriously as a rapper lyricist, when is what I think Reasonable Doubt laid the groundwork for in my
I
lifetime.
feel like he was taken seriously for Reasonable Doubt, and before that, that's how he was able to do that.
Yeah,
album.
it opened the door for
I
him.
mean, 'cause a lot of people don't
But he
even.
could have stayed with that same vibe if he wanted to.
A lot of people
But he
don't
knew
credit
it wasn't
original
gonna
flavor. He was still rhyming fast, but still spitting some real shit in original flavor.
Yeah, but he realized that wasn't his niche. And that's what he, as a businessman, realized he had to switch up his flow and switch up what he was doing. That's why I say Reasonable Doubt laid the groundwork for
That's
in my
not true.
lifetime.
Big Daddy Kane put him on tour. And
Before Reasonable Doubt.
and Big Daddy Kane had him open up, and he was able to learn mentorship from one of the greatest niggas in the game, which is Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
And that's why he said 3 cuts in your eyebrows like Kane trying to wild out. Big Daddy Kane really put him on tour and showed him the craft. And that's how we get to the whole Reasonable. There's a lot of steps that because I lived through a lot of this shit. So there's a lot of steps people forget how we get from Hawaiian Sophie to the Originators to Original Flavor to Big Daddy Kane. Then we get to Reasonable Doubt.
Mhm.
It's a lot of steps in between that a lot of people don't count.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think Nelly came out and then the St. Lunatics happened. It's the biggest myth. The St. Lunatics was a group. Nelly was signed as a solo artist, and then he bought the St.
bought them
Lunatics
out,
so
yeah.
long.
With him.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things, like it's a lot of steps that we as people, when we looking, we'll see step 1 and go to step 4, and we forget about 2 and 3 because we're not even aware of it. And unless you're deep in the music, it doesn't happen that way.
Right.
Like my thing is, because this is what I do, so my knowledge is going to be a little more extensive, from the Original Flavor to the Kane to this to that. Like I looked up when niggas went on tour. That was my thing. I used to read the word. Like I had a room. My room used to be literally before Instagram. My room was Instagram. Like people used to stop by my mother's house and be like, "Yo, your son's room has like every hip hop picture wall to wall from it." So you know what I'm saying? My hip hop is going to be a little more extensive than most people,
Yeah,
because
okay.
it was always over the top. Like it's me trying to question you about the Washington football team.
No.
Like your knowledge is going to be way more, because nigga, I know Phil Simms and I know, you know, the Giants, and I know a little bit of shit. And I know that we broke Joe Theismann's leg. That's about it.
I mean, I come from a different perspective, so yeah, I come from the, different thought process, but that's why I say it to me, that's where it came, that solidified his place and gave him the room to make it, to the Lifetime album, which was so pivotal. But I feel like Reasonable Doubt laid the groundwork for that.
But also, but truthfully,
As far as his studio work, yes, but that's it. Not in his life, not in his career.
No, but it was the catapult that put him. Folks took him seriously, more seriously as a lyricist and as an MC. To me, that album is one of the real pivotal albums in hip hop at the time when he bought that album.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When we talk pivotal, the album didn't sell like Ready to Die.
Yeah, like I said, I don't consider record sales anything.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, because when I say that, you like I don't consider record sales.
Yeah.
Record sales do play a part in that because it's at that particular time for that particular album and his particular flow. That was in the big era. Now, when Big and Tupac died, there was a big ass void. Jay-Z was allowed to take over that void.
And feel that.
Now, just imagine if Nas would have. If Nas is like KRS-One, he's comfortable where he's at.
Right.
He ain't trying to be the biggest dude or the best person on the thing. So, if Nas would have stepped up and filled that void, he could have easily did it. He just chose not to.
You say you don't think so?
I don't think he could have.
How?
I think he
Why?
I just don't think he had the style to be able to adapt to the flow.
Are you sure about that?
I
'Cause
mean,
niggas-
he switches
I'm a
up.
big Nas fan.
I mean, I understand. I'm not a big Nas fan. I'm a big Jay-Z fan.
So,
in my opinion,
let's expand on this real quick.
My thing is Nas, he can adapt to different styles, but he doesn't claim one as his own. And he doesn't market as his own, but he want to quick to say somebody's jocking his style because he's so versatile. That's cool. That's like a catch-22. Like, I'm not great at one thing. I'm good at a lot. But if you do it better than me, I'm going to say, oh, you're jocking my style because I've done that before.
So whose style was he claims jocking his style?
I mean, anything because once he's a thug, then he's a prophet, then he's a thinker, then he's a knowledgeable dude. He can switch up his style, which makes him great. And I'm not I don't have no disrespect for him. I'm just not a fan of his because with Jay-Z, in my opinion, like I say, I like the way he marketed himself and how you can see the evolution of him in the rap game and his flow and the way his wordplay and everything.
Now let me counteract what you said. Jay-Z ain't never done a song about being a gun. I gave you Power. One of the greatest hip hop songs. When Nas flipped One Love from, when we think of One Love 20 years later, we don't think of Houdini. Because when Houdini did it, it was cool. When Nas did it, it was great. And he wrote it not even from Houdini's perspective. He wrote it from, as a person who had my brother in jail at the time. He wrote it from, I could relate. Nigga, I grew up on Jones Beach. By the way, if you ever on Jones Beach, make sure you have flip-flops. That shit's nothing but glass.
But you said you're not a Nas fan, so would that prevent you from listening to some of his work?
No, I like my favorite Nas album is I Am.
Have you ever heard the song Rewind?
Yeah, dope. Still mad at it.
I think I've listened to it. I haven't.
Black Scorp, you know about Rewind. Matter of fact, we used to have conversations with me. It was me, my man Mike, and Black Scorp. And we used to have conversations about Rewind in my store in Boston Commons because basically he spits the whole song in reverse.
Come on now, you can't tell. That's talent right there. Like
I never said he wasn't talented. I never said he wasn't.
One Mike is one of the greatest rap songs ever.
Yeah, I never said he wasn't talented. I just said in my opinion.
And here's the thing: with One Mike, people always say Nas didn't show emotion. When you hear One Mike is fucking brilliant. Stillmatic is a 10-year gap from Illmatic.
Yep. And you could see evolution.
But it was beautiful.
Yep.
And a lot of the songs on there, like, yo, it just really made you think. And, like, lyrically, I love Jay. However, Jay ain't never been labeled the second coming of Big. And he ain't never been labeled the second coming of Rakim. The only nigga that's been labeled the second coming of of the God MC, Nas 2000. Like real talk.
Like I said, with
And
Big, I can't say that he was the greatest. I can't
I-
give him
no,
that.
no,
So
no,
the
no,
second
no.
coming of someone that
wait
had
a
two
minute,
albums.
wait a minute, CP3, because
We're talking about
I never said he was.
But
I
what does
never
the
said-
second coming
let me
mean?
fin- Let me finish though, because I never said he was the second coming. I never said he was the greatest. But when we talk about like over his career, when he's been labeled as,
I mean, but what does the second coming meaning? That means someone is great and someone is filling their shoes because they were supposedly great. I can't give Biggie the credit of being great the same way I can't give Tupac the credit of being
how can
great
you not give Biggie the credit of being great?
because he didn't have enough to go off of.
Tupac's
90%, 90% of.
Like I say, that's my opinion.
But now let's talk facts, because a lot of Jay-Z rhymes. If you can't say Jay-Z's great
And not say Biggie is.
and Biggie's not, because a lot of when Biggie died, a lot of rhymes Jay-Z spat were Biggie rhymes.
But everybody copies.
No.
everybody.
Not like this. No.
Everybody copies everything. Just
Nah,
like when
nah,
Rick Ross,
nah.
they were
Stop,
saying he was
stop,
copying
stop,
somebody
stop.
else's lifestyle.
Biggie didn't
Everybody
get killed.
comes out with a new oh, he's
It
not
would've
real,
been
he's
wrong.
fake, he's getting paid off of somebody else's lifestyle. What nigga in the rap game is true to the shit he raps on the fucking album? Goddamn 0%. I'm
That's
tired of
not
that
what-
double standard
No, wait a
bullshit.
minute, wait a
Somebody
minute.
want to pull that fucking argument out. Oh, he didn't live that life. He's rapping some.
That's not
None of
what we
these
saying.
niggas is really
No,
these
no.
real life
No,
motherfuckers street
That's not
now.
what we saying.
I
You
hate
change-
that.
You changing the whole argument.
No, I mean because he's
No,
some
stay-
everybody's
stay-
spitting everybody's shit.
Stay on the path.
There
that
is
we
no
on.
original
Stay-
thought anymore.
Stay on the path we on, because we're going by what you said.
People have their own.
A lot of people have. Jordan Lucas just had an original song when he bragged about Will Smith. That was original.
Yeah.
J. Cole has a lot of original shit. Kendrick Lamar has a lot of original shit.
D
So,
Smoke.
D Smoke. So there's a lot of original shit. So that's incorrect. However, I will say like this: when we talk about Jay, and the whole thing about Jay, and I think Jay's a hell of a writer and a lyricist. However, as a hip hop fan, I have to tell you, a lot of Jay shit that he said after Biggie died came from fucking Biggie's lips.
I said the same thing about Lil Kim. Most of he was writing her shit.
Okay.
Does that discount her as a rapper?
Yes.
No.
In my opinion.
He was writing for her. We're talking about Biggie having these lyrics for himself,
And you
then
quoting them.
Jay-Z is
who,
quoting
but
And
him.
you're
who
quoting
hasn't
them.
done the same thing? They said with Rick Ross. So
We're
he's
not talking
talking
about
somebody else's life that
ghostwriters
isn't
or
his stuff.
writers. We're not talking about
And that's the whole point. There are ghostwriters in the game.
But no,
So
we're
nobody's
not
writing
There's
nothing
a
about their
difference
real
between-
life.
No, there's a lot of people that's writing their
Writer.
real life.
But no, it's a difference between someone writing lyrics for you and you taking the lyrics that they wrote for themselves for yourself.
But they're presenting them as it's their life when they're rapping, as we were talking about before with
we're
the
not talking
distribution.
about their life, we're
But
talking
but
about the
but they're
lyrics.
still making money off of somebody
But-
else's work, portraying it as their own, which is what we're talking about with him spitting Biggie's lyrics. We're splitting hairs. It's all
We're
the
not.
same. If you're making money off of somebody else's work, it's the same no matter how popular it was, no matter if they're dead or alive. You're still making money off of somebody else's thoughts or life. They said the same thing about Rick Ross when he hit it hot. Oh, he's a CEO. He did it. He isn't this dude that you're portraying. He's portraying, and somebody sued him because it was their likeness. This is what rap. It's like a movie.
No. So Rick Ross' situation is different. Rick Ross got sued because he was a CEO, and Freeway Ricky Ross, who he named himself after, had an issue because one, Rick Ross passed of being a CEO, of being a correctional officer. So that ain't the same as Jay-Z quoting Biggie.
Yeah, he took that nigga's whole life.
Because you take because
It's a business.
wait a minute, because it's a business, but you're taking my real name.
He rapped the album. He's a
But you're taking.
businessman.
Let me finish. You're
Movies
taking,
are portrayals of
You're
some real
taking-
life
It's
stories.
legit.
but here's the thing. Here's the
And
thing.
he shouts out Biggie, so he's like at the beginning, it's based on a true story. He shouts out Biggie's in these songs that he's using his lyrics in. So he's giving him a shout out saying, hey, this might be some of the same shit saying, hey, shout out to Big, that's my man. Okay, based on a true story when you see the beginning of a movie. Same thing.
It's not.
How is it not? You're taking someone else's life experiences and putting it in your own point of view to make money off of it.
He quoted fucking word for word, son. That ain't putting in my.
called
Yo, dog,
plagiarism.
if you can't,
Kavanaugh, Supreme Court Justice got caught
Son.
plagiarism. He still got the Supreme Court.
son.
We're
So
talking about crooked politics.
we're talking about America. It's about making the money.
CP3. Real talk. This is at the bar, right? So if you go home and tomorrow you do another show and it's not Sports on the Hill, you do at the bar sports. You're copying the shit that I just did.
Yeah. But it's not your own because I put Sports on the Hill podcast on. Even though I'm using your At the Bar Radio, I put my own spin. I understand that. But when it comes to the business, I will make the money and then file bankruptcy and don't worry about getting sued and run off to the side. I'm just saying, that's what this is what it's about, capitalism. It's about making money. So this splitting hairs about other people's stuff, that's what this country is about. Until we change that perception, you're not going to have people stealing other people's shit.
But the thing about it is, though, when you make excuses, how can we change when you make excuses for it?
I'm not making excuses for it. I'm riding the train because nobody else wants to stop the bullshit. No, because nobody wants to stop I've already said how to stop the bullshit. We have to change the structure of what we're dealing with in this bullshit government.
So that means
we the people have to come together.
Right, but we the people don't have to come together and ride the same train. Somebody has to step off of the train.
No, we have to. First of all, they have to.
Let's stop off this train. Come on, guys.
But they don't. But they don't even want to.
Train.
But they don't even want to recognize that there is a train. That's the
you
problem.
On the train, complaining about the train.
Because when you open their eyes up, they don't want to see.
Okay,
so therefore, I go to the ridiculous side of it to show them how ridiculous and stupid they're being. And like, hold up, that don't make sense. You're being ridiculous. Now, welcome to the ball game, motherfucker. You're realizing because you're so deep entrenched in this America bullshit. You can't take a step back and realize you're in the fucking matrix. You're in the fucking matrix every day of your fucking life until you start questioning why is this shit happening.
So where do you stand? Because
where I stand is we all need to wake the fuck up.
So in the meantime, until people wake up, you gonna continue on.
I'm gonna continue being an asshole. Because when I've been speaking up and speaking truths, oh no, you're a hater, you're Uncle Tom, you're this, you're that. Okay, I'm gonna play blind and sheep like your dumb ass, and I'm gonna clown you when you fall for the same trap. But I'm gonna sit back and not fall for the trap. And when I prosper and you falter, you're gonna be like, what's the difference? Because you played dumb. They don't want to. They claim to be woke, but they don't want to be, and they want to be on social media portraying this bullshit.
Well, I mean,
but don't want to be real about it.
But one.
I call things as I see it.
I'm not speaking, Janet.
I'm not gonna play the game.
I know you're not.
I tell you like this. You know how many times people call me a hater?
Bro, I get called a hater on a daily basis.
I can call a hater. I can put my opinion out. I can quote fact, and they still call me a hater. I don't even worry about that at that point because when people who understand it. People who don't.
But that's not going to change it, though.
I'm not here to change it. I'm here to teach people that want to learn.
But sometimes you have to reluctant that don't want to learn. You have to want them to understand why they need to learn.
If they don't want to listen to you, leave them in the dust.
Oh yeah,
let me tell you my philosophy on that though, and it's not to change your philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna teach people that want to learn. I'm not gonna waste time with people that don't. Like the biggest misconception over the past 20 years is I'm very opinionated and I'm very passionate about my shit. So between those, people will say I'm a hater. And if they believe I'm a hater, they can believe it. I'm not going to change that opinion. Like, I don't have time to argue with that. If you understand me, you do. If you know me, you know me. If you don't, then you don't.
I feel you on that.
And I'm not here to change them. Like, I hear people say a lot of negative shit. I laugh at half the negative shit people say.
I can give two fucks about what people say about me, so I feel
But it's just one of those situations where, like, I'm going to teach those people that's willing to learn. If you're willing to learn and I can show you something that's different and I can help you grow as a person, I'm going to be there for you 151%.
See,
if you think, if your first impression of me is, well, 51's an asshole, he's a hater, and and all he cares about it his way, I'm not gonna entertain that. I'm gonna let you believe that. Like Slim, because I tell people I'm asleep. Nigga, I done had a couple of drinks. I done had moonshine. I done had 20 grand. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Like they ain't gonna budge nothing over here. I'm gonna wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna go check on this lazy ass person at my job and hopefully fire them by Friday. Like that's my goal.
I feel you. I feel what you're saying. But as a person that used to be a hard-headed motherfucker, sometimes it's not the first impression that gets through. Sometimes you have to reach out if you choose to. Not saying you're obligated to. And because I'm coming from that mindset of being a stubborn person that was hard to take advice from other people, like when I met you, if I wasn't where I was, we wouldn't have got along. Because I'd have been like, nigga, fuck you. I don't know, man, who the fuck you think you was telling me what the fuck I need to do, man? Fuck you. But where I am now, I'm open to criticism. I'm open to understanding that you're trying to help me. You're not coming from a hater position.
Yeah.
And that's why those folks have that hater mentality, because that light hasn't come on for them yet.
But here's the thing.
But you keep it moving.
But
yeah, you keep it moving, but you still plant that seed.
But now here's my rebuttal to that. The greatest thing is that, like, when we first met, right? And I remember when you was talking to Go Villain, we was here. And you told Go Villain, you was like, yo, if Black GOP wasn't co-signing them, I wouldn't even fuck with 151. You know how many people don't fuck with me? Like on some real shit. There's motherfuckers that knew me before you that don't even fuck with me. Because they think I'm an asshole, they think I'm this and they think I'm that. And the thing is, I look at it, it's a personal choice. If you want to grow, you grow. If you want to stay the same, then you want to stay the same. If you can see past anybody for their faults or whatever, that's your choice. But it's up to you to grow and do those things. One of the greatest conversations I remember having with my brother was, we were sitting in the car. He came to pick me up from work. I was working at Sports Authority. Shout out because y'all motherfuckers went bankrupt. But he came to pick me up from Sports Authority.
I didn't pay for them shorts, nigga.
Nigga, I'm petty as shit. I'm petty as a motherfucker. And the girl that he had in the car, because my government name is Rakim, which is Muslim. And it's one of the attributes of Allah, which means merciful. It's spelled different, but it's one of the attributes of Allah. So when he introduces me, he doesn't introduce me by my nickname, he introduces me by my government. So he's like, yo, this is my brother Rakim. And I could hear her whisper, instead of having the guts to ask me the question. So she asks him, she said, well, is your brother Muslim? And he says, no, my brother's spiritual. So then she's like, what the fuck does that mean?
They don't understand that shit.
And then I say, it means if I want to go to a mosque with my brother because he's Muslim, I'll go to a mosque. If I want to go to church with my mom, I'm going to go to church. It means that I don't have a definition of religion as that will fit you.
They don't understand that. They love labels.
And she was so blown away by the answer because she's never heard anybody answer that question like that.
Because they used to being blindly labeled.
Because they used to saying either I'm A, B, or maybe even C, and nigga I'm D. All of the above.
That's what makes them comfortable. They put a label on
it. And she was caught up in her own agenda. And like she just couldn't fathom that answer for a while. And you know, she asked me several times like, what does it mean? What the fuck do you think it means? It means if I wanna go sing Mary Poppins tomorrow, like it means I'ma sing it. If I wanna go, you know, it means what it means. My name doesn't define who I am as a person. My name is my name of, that's what my mother named me because I was born in the 70s.
In New York.
In New York at that.
That's where those names are real popular.
Yeah, exactly. So it was bewildered to her about this because I was saying if my brother wanted me to go to the mosque with him and pray for Juma, I would. If my mother wanted me to go for communion, I would go there too. You know, if my brother called me and said, let's go to Mecca one day, okay, let's go to Mecca. I'd walk around and do my prayers and you know, walk around that circle and do my prayers just like anybody else. Like if I blamed my brother to Juma and just sat in the car for 20 to 30 minutes. If you'd have asked me to go in, I would have went in. Because I understand, my understanding of religion is different than most people.
Yeah, I understand the
And you know, and then I blow people's minds when I say stuff like that. And they're like, "Well, you don't believe in God?" And I was like, "No, I ain't say that." I said my understanding of religion is different from you.
Right.
And they be like, "What?" And then they, you know, then we get the asshole and this, and I was like, "Well, since you want to call me that, let me just tell you this." And they be like, "What?" I was like, "The oldest living name for God is Pala." And they be like, "So what does that mean?" I was like, "Well, if you take the P off of Pala, you would get Allah." So that's why I don't conform to one religion, because in my opinion, every religion has a point.
Exactly. That's what I tell folks.
So, but some people can accept it and some people can't. The people that can't, I don't lose sleep over.
Yeah, I can get to. Yeah, you laugh
You know,
at them for real.
You know, if they will go to bed cursing my name all day long, and I'll be sleeping comfortable like shit.
Because it takes them out of their comfort zone. They want to believe that what they believe is the right thing, and if anybody challenges that, they're wrong or something wrong with it. And it's great, and unfortunately, it's an American trait. Unfortunately,
Well, it's a dumbass trait. I don't know if it's an American trait, but it's a trait of being a dumbass.
I say it's more inherently an American trait because of the freedom that we, think that we have, and folks think that they can way that it's the right way. So if someone feels a different way, they have that right to tell them, "Oh no, you're wrong." This is what I believe, and you should believe that too because this is right. Well, they feel the same way about their religion. So why do you feel like you should be able to impose your religion on them?
Well, it's a European thing.
Well,
amen.
It's a European trait.
It's all an inherited trait because we're all brainwashed by it
now.
now.
To different lands to quote unquote conquer them. That is what they did. If you look at Australia has their Aboriginal people, but when the Europeans kind of went there to colonize,
that's what they do.
they took over and they imposed their thoughts and their religion, and
that's
it caused
the history of this
the
world.
same thing that they're doing here, that they did here, and we're seeing the long effects, generations
They
and generations
replicate
down the line,
and assimilate.
So I can't even say it's just an American thing. It is literally, it stems from the Europeans coming to a land, colonizing, and saying this is what this is. Because
But America's taken it to a whole nother level after
well, no,
over the
because
Europeans.
that's what you know, though.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying take it to a whole.
Australia, it's the same thing.
I mean, I'm just saying they based their whole economy off of the slave trade in order to get an industrial revolution, which propelled this country above everybody else because they were getting free labor from slaves to generate the cotton market. I'm just saying. I mean, speaking this is to the whole. It's all involved. Because they migrated here because they were getting prosecuted for their religious beliefs in England, and they came here. Then they slaughter a whole people because they don't believe in the same thing that they believe in, and they believe that the land is theirs. And then they enslave another group of people to incorporate the country to help kickstart the Industrial Revolution, which puts America ahead of everybody else because they have free labor in order to boost in front of everybody else. And now that everybody else is caught up, they're playing victim because, we can't enslave minorities again, so we can get ahead of the game.
Well,
This is the trap that's what I'm saying. This is the bullshit.
So in America, it was just more successful than where it was other places. Don't think that it does not exist or it doesn't happen in other places.
No, but because of the capitalism, the way it was set up, exactly.
Successful
Because they had the A1 plan. We're going to look out for our brothers, make America great. Like I said, it's never been a great country for who? But white males.
That's a separate group of people. When I say that's a European thing, I'm talking about from way back.
But they're European descendants.
You're correct, but just because you're a descendant of someone and you don't have the same thought process as the people that you derive from.
Because I haven't prospered from it and generated from it for generations over the years of the country's foundation.
But what I'm saying is throughout generations, even people that you know that you can trace your bloodline back to, you don't have the same thought process.
True.
None of us
because
do.
I don't have that privileged existence. If I have a privileged existence with a nepotism.
Just a couple of generations back.
Yeah, but you have that now with the generations now with the what's the girl name that did the college fraud stuff? She got 3 months in jail, but the black lady that registered her son in a different community, she got 5 years for it, but she got off for 3 months. Why? Because we know what it is.
So the people that I was referring to, the people that came from Europe over to this country, they created laws. Those laws are still in place.
And then they still generate
And with that
benefit their
said,
people.
those people see they set things up for generations to
Mhm.
come. Okay, so whether you believe in what they believed in or not, you're affected by
And
that.
benefiting from it.
But we can't fault people or praise people
No, we can't.
because of somebody that was here in 1780
But change
that
still
made
needs to
certain
happen.
laws.
But change still needs to happen. It's like we're running our country off its constitution written in the 1700s, but we update our phone every year. Other countries have constitutions that they update on a decade basis to keep up with the laws of current,
That's true.
but we don't do that. Why? Because it's set up to keep us in this bullshit.
Well, no. On top of that, a lot of people feel like, oh, why vote? I don't need to vote.
So I'm gonna tell you like this:
That's what they say.
that one, we about to go to a 4-hour show. We don't
It's been 2 weeks, baby. You knew it was gonna happen, baby. It might be a 6-hour show. I ain't
Oh,
gotta be to
no,
work till
but I got
I ain't
work
gotta be to
tomorrow.
work till 9 o'clock, nigga.
It's past 9 o'clock. It's 9:33.
I said I ain't gotta be to work till 9 o'clock.
Oh, so
So we can go long, nigga. Yeah, you damn
No,
right.
'cause I gotta go to work at like 3 in the morning.
Well, you going straight off of the show, baby.
Oh yeah. please. So CP3, tell them what you got going on tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow night on Sports and Neil Podcast, we got the Washington football team playing Pittsburgh at 5 o'clock. So we have more of a post-game show after the game is over. Probably about 15, 20 minutes. We'll be breaking down the game and my bold prediction. Hopefully it'll come true with the Washington football team upsetting Pittsburgh and taking them from being undefeated. And we're going to break down the John Wall, Westbrook trade and the
So
repercussions.
John Wall's no longer Washington with.
He, I knew something was funny when he announced that he wanted to trade, and the GM immediately came out and said, "No, we haven't talked to him. That's false rumors." When they come out that quick, I knew something was up, and then a week later, he's traded for Russell Westbrook,
Yep.
which I'm not really a
That's
fan
a good
of.
trade, though.
I'm not. Nah, it's not really a good trade because you got a point guard that takes 30 shots a game, and you got a young team that he needs to help develop by giving him the
Well, it
ball
wasn't
in a
just
winning situation.
Westbrook that we get.
I mean, but he's
get a
going to be the
pick.
focal point.
Right, but we get a pick as well, so hopefully they. do
But if
something
he's
with
running the
that.
team until they do have, I believe they did draft a backup point guard, but his mentality is a selfish mentality. That's why I believe
Yes.
Kevin Durant left OKC because he knew he would never win the championship with Russell Westbrook at point guard because your point guard should not take 30 shots a game. That is not a point guard. That's a two guard. A point guard is supposed to distribute the ball and get other teammates involved to get them. Because this has been my knock on Westbrook. He's a great player, triple doubles, all that great stuff. But he's a selfish player. The team could be playing great, and he want to come down and pull a half court three because he felt left out.
Wait a minute, though,
But they want to
because
win.
sometimes you have to learn to develop from being a selfish player to a team player.
That's what I'm saying.
old
I'm
now. He
hoping.
ain't gonna change
That's what I'm saying. I'm
You probably
hoping.
not.
But he said he wanted to come here because he has a relationship with Scott Brooks. He didn't like the way Houston were at practices, and I don't think that's. I don't know if that's a better situation coming from Houston coming to Washington with the practice situation. But I know Bradley Beal has been on a mission to prove because I doubted when they gave him the max contract for his extension. I didn't think that he was worth it, but he's definitely proved it. And with John Wall leaving, I was a John Wall fan because I didn't think he was going to be able to do what he did once he came out of school. But he was definitely an attribute to this team. But now with Bill and Westbrook, I'm hoping Westbrook will adopt to more of a mentor role and not more of a stat pattern role and want triple doubles and be able to get his young teammates involved in the game and actually win.
There's no point in getting triple doubles if you ain't winning championships.
Exactly. But we're going to break that down, Robbie, in the round table tomorrow. You know I'm not a big NBA guy, even though I do know a little bit. We're going to break that down along with break down the Washington football team game, which will hopefully be a victory because then I can say I called it first before all these other networks decided to jump on the bandwagon after I said it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because they was watching you and they copied you.
They be doing that, man.
But
Especially
everybody
man.
sees it though, especially for the fact that the Steelers have the week that they have.
But I said it before
I
the
know,
whole
but
COVID
I
thing.
don't think that they're copying you, but I feel you. I understand.
They be watching. Trust
Oh,
me.
okay.
They be
And
watching.
they be copying
They
you.
be man. I gotta start copyrighting my shit, man. That's
you're
why my
right.
that's why my pinky be out, man. Something I gotta.
Lady
Here we
Antoinette,
go.
what you got going on?
Well, tomorrow night I'll be watching that game. That's for sure. Rooting on Washington football team. I'm gonna just cover this stuff up right here
Oh
because it's
boy.
an old cut. But yeah, so I'll be watching that. You know, but outside of that, making plans, setting some stuff up for the future.
Set some people up. I mean, some stuff up.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on some things, even for at the bar, that location that we were talking
Yeah.
about. Working on some things, so stay tuned. Check me out, Lady Antoinette, on Facebook and on Instagram. I don't do Twitter, but I think I might.
Twitter be real, man. I
I'm
lost a lot of my
sure.
followers, but if you get your
You
followers,
know,
they actually read
I'm
the stuff you
not
put out there.
surprised.
No, because once I started getting engaged on Facebook more, because Twitter is for more folks that actually read stuff. That's when I started writing. But then Facebook is so more visual now that I started engaging more on Facebook, and I went from like 5,000 followers to like 2,000 now. And I was trying to get them back, but yeah, Twitter followers are stubborn, man. Once you lose them, they gone. It's like a bitter ex-girlfriend, man. She gone.
Well, no.
I was gonna say, of course. Well, I'm thinking about Twitter, but right now, Facebook, Instagram, hit me up, and that's that.
You know, CP3 hashtag it. You'll come up. Google me. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
He said Google me.
Google me.
That's all you got to hashtag
Oh, if you
CP3.
ain't a cocky son of a-
Trust me, it's gonna come up. Hashtag
Google me.
Google me, baby. You gonna find me.
Next week we'll probably have another fun show. I mean, I honestly I missed the interaction and like I had an interview with Justice Pratt, and it's cool to be just doing my regular interview shit, but it's just the interaction and the concept and the talking and the different opinions that really drive the show.
And the drunkenness coming
Yeah,
from
facts.
somebody. We're not gonna name names.
Don't be talking about me in my red cup. Leave me in my red cup alone.
What's in that red cup, son?
Everything. He
Some
probably,
stuff you done mixed
he
up.
probably done put all of
This
this.
nigga forever blaming me for shit.
You mixed the
You drank the
extracurricular.
whole bottle.
Hey, I didn't
You
say I
had more of
wasn't.
that bottle than me, sir.
You put it on the table.
Nigga, you liar on air. Nigga, we got you when you put this shit on the
You a
table.
whole lie.
Show me the tape, nigga.
You a whole lie.
Show me the tape, nigga.
And I got a witness.
I legit saw you moving from there to there.
Alcohol
Okay.
is another drug.
Oh, lady, it just wasn't me then.
Hey,
What did it
I-
float on
I-
its own?
I ain't just gonna come in Eddie Murphy house and just start stepping on this couch for no reason.
Like,
Don't put blood on the
like I
shoe.
said to my son when something went missing one day, it magically lifted up and came over here.
Yeah, so,
It's a magical time of year, baby. It's
But-
happy Honda days, baby.
but as always, it was great to have y'all back. It was great to have a fun show. Different topics to talk about, and shit. Just the drinking, the partying, the talking, the conversation. It's always great to have. I miss these conversations.
Oh man, I did too, bro.
And let's give a shout out to everybody who listens to us.
Definitely.
We on all different platforms. We on various ones, and we have people that listen.
We got people actually from, like I said, the video we played earlier, we got actually people from New Zealand listening in.
Yeah, let's play that joint again. That joint was hot, dog.
No.
Not today.
I got other videos.
I'm just saying, I was in the vibe off of that.
I'm sure.
Some New Zealand shit.
I'm sure.
I thought it was a good video. I like the song, and I think she did her thing, though.
Yeah.
And we'll play it on another day, though. How about that,
Right.
CP3?
Yeah.
Compromise.
In the
Yeah, we gotta
meantime,
do it.
we can just thank everybody across the world who listens.
Yeah,
right?
appreciate y'all checking us out on all different feeds: Periscope, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify. Appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you go check out the shows, check out the plugs.
As you can see, if you need Gunman Pearl, you can type in CP3, and he can hook you up with the fresh white beater.
Hashtag
All
first.
colors.
All the colors.
Put the
yeah.
hashtag in
All
front.
the colors with the white beaters.
Hey, we got Sports OTHP wife beaters in black, white,
I
gray.
bet you do,
You
nigga.
goddamn right, baby. We got it. Hey, baby, go to the Sports OTHP website. Click on the Sports OTHP apparel
Type in
button.
the Gunman #2 special.
Yeah, put it in. I'm gonna make that a promo code just because you started that. I'm gonna go put on the promo code on there now. You'll get
G-Man
10% off.
#2 special.
Yeah, G-Man #2. I'm gonna go on the website and put that up there on the dashboard. So, yeah, go check it out. You know, we appreciate our love and support, man. Tune in Monday night, probably around 8:45, closer to 9, depending on the end of the game and depending on what time I get off from work. Make sure you come down to Waldorf Honda, 2450 Crane Highway, North Mount Side, crossing the Popeyes and Lowe's. Come get your next new used pre-owned certified car from me, baby.
Definitely. Yo, and I'm gonna end this with your favorite joint.
Which one is that there?
What we was dancing on.
Yeah.
All right, bet. We're gonna ride out.
Shout out to my man Wally B. This is his joint right here. Um, you know, the funny thing is like when your people tell you, like, I just be playing music. I'll be honest, I play music. I don't care your shit whack, good or whatever. But when your people tell you, oh, that shit fire,
Yep.
you know, you like, okay,
You be partying in
yeah. So
CP3 is a little concerned.
We having fun, babe.
Where you be?
About to be gone. Mm-hmm. See, he over there spelling shit. It ain't even me. It's that smacking that ass music right here, baby.
CP3 myself.
I ain't did nothing to nobody.
Yeah, I tell you about it, the number with the mic store.
Ooh, yeah. This should be rocking. I like this joint.
You got the thug bounce.
Every time this song come on.
Because I feel this joint, man. This beat, I
he
like
be-
this beat.
Like, I be up here nodding his head and he be getting it.
You got the thug bounce. You be like, you smoking the weed, just bouncing like
Right.
a thug.
It's that ride
But
music.
He be doing like a little side to side.
Yeah, it's that ride music, baby. Riding in the caddy, chilling. Nice little chick on the passenger seat. It's party time. They rocking.
You should see this fool.
You know what? I'm done with that. He's gonna call you.
Bless you, nigga.
Yeah,